Right, hello everybody. Yeah, we're just gonna do the obligatory, you know, setting up, stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna play some more Higurashi today, and my god, I cannot wait for it. But yeah, first we're just gonna do the, you know, the setting up. The most boring part of the stream. Just setting up. That should be fine. Right, let's go. Okay. Oh god, I'm really nervous for today. I have a feeling a lot of stuff is gonna go wrong, and yeah. Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I kind of hope nothing happens because I just feel so attached to the characters now. Here we go. After hanging up on Sion, I searched for Higurashi-chan's phone number on my school contacts list. There it is. That's interesting. You can have a school's contact list. God, you'd never have that nowadays. My fingers trembled with urgency and I failed multiple times to put in the simple 5-digit number. God, he must be scared. Katie, are you calling somebody at this hour? It's late and it's being rude to the other person. That doesn't matter right now. I shouted angrily on my mother, listening to the dial tone. Pick up, come on, pick up. What? The time was 11 PM. Okay, this is weird. I mean, it was 11 PM. It certainly wasn't early. It was essentially the middle of the night. Had Higurashi already gone to bed? Her phone would be ringing constantly though, so would she get back for me? Higurashi didn't pick up. She didn't pick up. Maybe she just happened to miss it. Maybe her bed was just too far away from the phone. The sound of her phone ringing gets clearer and clearer the longer you go on sleeping. Then, the bathroom? Yeah, she must be taking a bath. If that was the case, then even if she heard the phone, she wouldn't be able to pick up. It was just a little bit late before. It was just a little late to be taking a bath, but it was possible she normally took baths right before going to bed. I'll wait 30 minutes, then try calling again. Oh god. That was so slow. I really found that weird. Even as I was thinking that, I called her house over and over again. I kept calling over and over again, again and again. I kept calling her, but she didn't pick up even once. I think I kept trying for around 30 minutes, yet she wasn't picking. Oh shit. Well, my phone calls were so persistent that she had gotten scared of picking up the receiver. No, that couldn't possibly be it. There was no point in doing this any longer. The best thing to do was to go there in person. Where was Higurashi-chan's house though? Shit, I never even asked where she lived. Her residence was written here in the contact list, but it was just an address with most of the numbers, so I couldn't tell where it was just by reading it. Oh. Isn't there a map or something in here? Hurerika. Her last name was Hurere. It's a bit of an old last name, so it might be easy to find. Thinking about that, I rummaged around the drawer with the phone book, but could only find the things like takeout menus and phone numbers for public establishments. Wait, so you can get takeout menus in phone books? That's so cool. Oh my god, I really wish I was in the time where like phone books were a sort of normally used thing. That just sounds so cool. Shit. I told one thing after another out of the drawer, but I didn't come up with any clues as to where Higurashi-chan's house was. Calm down, my Wataganashi. If you don't know, then just ask. Ask someone who does know. Ah, that's it. Lena's got a note. I looked at Lena's phone number on the contacts list. Ryuga Lena. There she was. Oh, I wonder if she's gonna get up. Hello? Oh, this is Ryuga. It was the voice of a grumpy sounding man. It must have been Nana's father. I'm calling him in the middle of the night. I need to be polite. I'm sorry for calling so late at night. This is my bother. Is there any chance for my service around? Lena is taking a bath. Oh, Lena? What? Lena. This is a friend of yours on the phone. Oh wait, Lena Ryuga was her real name, wasn't it? I got so used to calling her Lena that hearing her real name called me a little off guard. Hello, this is Lena. Oh, it's me, Katie. Sorry for calling so late. Huh? What did you need at a time like this? Well, actually, I wanted to know where Rika-chan's house is. And then I seemed a little bit appalled I called her for something like this. Like that at this hour. However, she spoke her next words seriously as if she'd caught on to how urgent my need was. Okay, sure. You know the assembly hall on the grounds of the Higurashi shrine? There's a two-way storage shack used for storage behind. What? Wait, what? That just sounds like the storage house's description, because used for storage. I mean, when I say storage, I mean like storage of the old tools and stuff like that. I couldn't immediately visualize the place, but as long as I knew where she lived on the shrine grounds, I'd just have to take a look around. Got it, thanks. Sorry again for calling so late. I apologise to your dad for me too, would you? Okay, but Gate's good. Why do you want to know where Rika-chan lives? Then asked me in an unusually sharp way, holding me before I could hang up the phone. I hesitated for a moment about whether to tell her. He was killed because I told him. Oh, Gate's good. If you're still listening to good, you answer to me. Why are you asking where Rika-chan lives at a time like this? I don't know how affected her use of the tone, but believe her was there a certain tension, like she'd intuitively sensed something was going on. What will you do, Katie? If it's dinner, can I tell her? He was killed because he felt... Oh god. I revealed everything so he was killed. Gate's good. But then I was being serious. Please answer me. And then asked me once again in a tone so forceful I couldn't even imagine her ever using it normally. I was taken aback by her vigour. And then I was Rika-chan's friend too. She had the right to be concerned about Rika-chan disappearing. If I told Denna then, even if only for a moment, I could drive away my horrifying fear. Oh god. But then I can't exactly tell you why, but... Oh, okay, that's good. That's good, because I think if you told her why, then she'd be a danger as well. Yes, the tone was seriousness itself. Just from that tone I could feel her saying, no matter what you say, kids, good, I'll believe you. A subtle sense of security gave me the courage to reveal the truth. I have a feeling that Rika-chan is in danger. You mean like a premonition? Or would you have some reason to believe that she's in danger? I really didn't have time to go back and forth with Elena about this. Still, I think listening to her calm voice suited my pointless impatience. I don't know much reason, but yeah, I still hesitated. I told Rika-chan that we had snuck into the ritual storehouse. The mayor to whom Sion had confessed to before that had already disappeared, so it was possible that Rika-chan also. I didn't know how to explain it to Elena. When I was tongue-tied and I spoke up. Sorry for asking something so weird. I thought about it and it isn't like you need to be sure. But then I laughed a little, seeming a bit absent-minded. I wasn't exactly in the mood to laugh, so this time I was dumbfounded. And then I continued in a cheerful yet still purposeful voice. You're worried about a friend. I don't need you need a reason to go and check on him. Even if Rika-chan was asleep and you ended up waking her up now. If that was why you did it, then I would have been mad. No, thank you. Okay then, guess just one thing. You called Rika-chan's house, right? And then you can get through, so that's why you asked me where the house is? Yeah, that's right. I have to go over 10 minutes. She could just be sleeping and not notice. Rika-chan's house is really small, she would definitely hear the phone ringing. Fuck. If she was asleep. Sadako-chan was there too, so there's no way neither of them would notice. Sadako, you mean she's living with Rika-chan? Yeah, well, we can talk about that later. Anyway, if you could that much and know the answers, then there's something definitely wrong. Then I understood that the situation wasn't normal, far faster than I could have ever imagined her to. It made her seem dependable. However, the fact that I had acknowledged this also meant that the best case probability of it all being the result of my own needless fears went out of the window. I'll go to Rika-chan's house right now. Will you come with me? I'll show you the way. Sounds good. Let's meet up at the same place as usual. I'll be waiting for you. No way, I'll come and get you at your house. You just wait there and tell your family you're coming with me to Rika-chan's house, okay? Will that be okay? We might lose time if you come back here. Did you call Mi-chan too? She's really dependable at times like these. If you haven't, then I'll give her a call. My thoughts froze for a moment. Sion had just told me to be careful around Mion during her phone call a little while ago. If the Zonozaki main house was somehow lurking behind the surface of the animal freak deaths, then the current heir to the family, Mion, wouldn't be uninvolved. So, wouldn't that mean she wasn't uninvolved in what happened this year to Takano-san and Tomitaka-san, and also the mayor's disappearance? Oh. Okay, bye. I'll be right over. Wait for me. That's all then I said before, hurriedly hanging up. Now wasn't the time to be doubting Mion. I needed to make sure Rika-chan was safe. Oh god, is she actually gonna get called? I got changed and grabbed Nikki to my bag. I figured things would go more smoothly if we went in the place we usually do before school, and then I wouldn't need to come all the way to my house. My parents would also probably have rejected if I told them I was leaving, so I grouped up without a word. The night was unusually warm and disagreeably humid. She said that Rika-chan and Sadako lived together, right? then it wasn't only Rika-chan, Satoko wasn't there either. Realising what them living together really meant caused my thoughts to immediately take a turn for the worse. This can't be Satoko. She's got nothing to do with any of this. Even if that were a reason for Rika-chan to disappear, there shouldn't be one for Satoko. Then it was really fast. She approached me on her bike at an amazing speed. Her breath was ragged, painting a clear picture of just how hurriedly she'd been going. Hey then, let's go. Keiichi-kun, I thought I told you to wait at your house. And his expression was all business. Was she mad? It came out of the blue and I folded for a moment. Well, I just figured it would be faster to meet up here. Keiichi-kun, don't you get it? Then I started clearly angry. I'd never seen it on like this before. Do I get it? What's the problem? Then I seemed to notice she was scaring me, so she took a couple of deep breaths, then continued with admonishing me, but her expression didn't soften at all. Keiichi-kun, the whole village is in uproar now. The elder disappeared, right? Yeah, now telling me that Rika-chan and Satoko aren't where they are supposed to be, right? Yeah, that about sums it up. They need to be more careful. Do you have any idea how dangerous it is to be standing out here alone in the middle of night? Oh god, I suppose. I began to understand where Dena's anger was coming from. No, I know. You told your family you were going to Rika-chan's house with me, didn't you? Oh god, he didn't even tell them anything. Oh boy. So in worst case scenario, if you and I were to disappear, people would know when and where we did. No, I was perfectly level-headed in this emergency situation. Ever since the night of the Wataganashi, every night somebody had died or disappeared. On the night itself, Takano-san and Tomitake-san met strange ends. On the next night, the elder vanished. Now on the night after Rika-chan and Satoko were nowhere to be found. I hadn't been thinking of anyone but myself, but it wasn't enough to say that Hinamizawa was a little weird at the moment. In fact, it was extremely strange. Then I hadn't even anticipated our own disappearances. And even told me to tell my family where I was going. I was embarrassed of my own carelessness, and the need to embarrass made me afraid of the night. Sorry, I didn't tell them yet. Oh. I thought that was going to be even worse. I thought she was just going to, like, reach the peak of anger there. But she didn't. Oh my god. Okay, then let's go tell them together. With Anna beside me, I wheel back towards my house. It's the moon. The moon seems strangely high in the sky. A sky that was uselessly vast and cold, so that no matter what it was, it would never seem to me like a dream. This cruel fact had already confronted me. On such a crazy night, and I had been unimaginably dependable. Hinamizawa's metamorphosis was enough to make Redana caution me against carelessness, was, to me, the most fearsome thing of all. The one seemed strangely high in the sky. We met up with Mion on the way, of course. She was unsure whether to believe me about Rika-chan and Satoko's disappearance. Kei-chan, are you serious? I'm gonna get really mad if this is a joke. Mion was clearly displeased. If this were a joke, it wasn't very funny. I understood how indiscreet my words were. Ever since the day before yesterday, somebody had died or vanished every night. With Rika-chan and Satoko disappearing after all. That was something you just can't say, even in jest. Mii-chan, if it really isn't a joke, don't get mad, it's not. It would be a joke after all. それが冗談であることを確かめなくちゃいけない。そうだね。機嫌の悪そうなこと言ってごめん。However indiscreet a joke it may have been, if we learned that our friends were safe, it would be end up. It's nothing more than a funny story. Oh god, I've been warned about that mode, and Mion gave a dry smile of attention. She felt loosening a bit. She mounted her bicycle as well. Our three bicycle lights flashed down the pitch black roads. There was some of the only illumination outside. ケイちゃんはなぜ急にこんな時間にリカちゃんの家に電話なんかする気になったわけ? Why did you suddenly decide to call and ask about Rika-chan's house at a time like this? Mion asked me the same thing that I had trouble to explain to Lena. Oh god, I have a feeling this is serious shit. He probably has to explain it. Right, I'm gonna Monka fucking S. That's all I can say. Would it be weird to call it a premonition? I couldn't quite tell because it was dark, but I thought I could see Mion smiling very ambiguously. I definitely understood that she wasn't convinced though, despite the darkness. Well, I had this bad dream while I was snoozing and I couldn't get it out of my head. So did Rika-chan get kidnapped in the dream? Well, it was more of a vague feeling sort of thing. If Rika-san had answered the phone, I would have called you and after that.
続けて電話するつもりだったよ。
Lies smoothly bubbled out of my mouth, makeshift though they were. Makeshift they were. I was lying because I thought telling them I was connected to Sion, like, would be like silently admitting we'd stolen into the rich storehouse together that night. Mion didn't press me any further. I didn't know whether that convinced her, or maybe she figured that Maison Rikatan and Satoko were safe would be faster than making an issue out of it. I felt relieved and immediately a little guilty. Mion hadn't really been acting very differently these last few days, but I'm still trying to distance myself from her for some reason. It was only because I heard from Sion and Oisan that she was the successor to some kind of super extravagant Gam family. No, was I just trying to force myself to forget? Don't do that, my Barakechi. Wasn't it Mion who was the first to ask about the night of the Wataganashi? There's such a harsh tone of that. Have I already forgot the terror I felt? At the time, Mion looked like someone different from the Mion I know. Ooh. When I think about that Mion, then Sion and Oisan's description of Mion made a tiny little bit more sense. That's it, isn't it? Even if it wasn't for how she acted that day, I wouldn't be feeling this way towards her now. What on earth was going on with her back there? I was conveniently thinking of everything she'd done after that, while disregarding the very first thing, the thing I should have been looking at most, wasn't I? Mion was pedaling her bicycle in front of me, her long hair fluttering in the wind. No matter how long I looked at her back, it never gave me answers to any of my questions. We went all the way to the stone steps leading up to the shrine ground. Of course we weren't going to haul our bikes up there, so we parked them beside the staircase instead. So this is the Hudide shrine. Everybody comes here, stay please. As if it were a park, but this place is actually a grand estate owned by the Hudide family. So the entire shrine is private property. It really makes you feel the passage of time. 10 or 20 years ago it would have looked the exact same. Damn. That would have mean that the Hudide family is really old, with a history going back for generations. Yeah, they can't. That's odd. And then I said something clearly disquieting. So I went over to her. What's wrong with her? Rika-chan and Sadako always leave their bicycles here. See, they got... Oh, fuck. I took a look around. Indeed, there were no other bicycles aside from the ones we'd taken to get here. Couldn't they park them somewhere else? Couldn't they pull them up the stairs? Those guys can't do that, kids couldn't. Just as she said, I couldn't imagine Rika-chan and Sadako-chan lugging their bikes all the way up here. We hadn't yet knocked on Rika-chan's door, but reality was already sparking some ideas that weren't what you call good. Maybe they were just parked under some trees and we hadn't noticed them. I refused to believe that not being able to find their bikes here was proof they disappeared. Let's go. The only way to be sure is to check their house. We all nodded and dashed up the stone steps. We passed through the red arch and came onto the shrine grounds, which was covered in neat gravel. It was so quiet here, as though the Wataganashi festival had never happened. So where's the house that Rika-chan is living in? Over here, come with me. Then I took the lead and sprinted off. We went towards the assembly hall behind the shrine and then looped around behind it. Oh yeah, this is our house, yeah. In the darkness of the house we found a small prefab 2-story shack that looked like a warehouse. God, could you imagine living here? I mean, it just looks so weird. You see all the timber and the ladders and just, I don't know, just the tools on the wall. That's just so crazy. The lights are off. It's really odd, this house. And living like right next to a garage as well, or at least that's what those sort of darker pieces of metal look like. The one where the pickaxe is next to. And the boots as well. Whatever that checkered like thing is. Are they sleeping? Let's look. Then I'm near the shack, which didn't really look like a place people would live. They had such a beautiful shrine, so I figured they live in an equally beautiful house. It was far from what I had expected. Rika-chan, Satoko-chan, are you there? And as I did up to the second floor, her voice was restrained at first, but it steadily grew louder. No. Oh, fuck. In fact, there wasn't any sort of activity in the house at all. They might be sleeping. Let's wake them up. Mion banged on the shutter with both hands, and the loud sound echoed into our surroundings. They would have to notice it's so much noise. They would turn the light on in their room, fling open the windows and yell, "What time do you think it is?" That, however, wasn't happening. There was absolutely no response. Mion stopped slamming her fist on the shutter. and a sudden silence fell over us. The silence aroused terrible thoughts in us. I could feel the blood draining from my face.
鍵どこかから中に入れないかな。
I wonder if we can get in somehow. And then showed me no signs of stopping. It didn't look like she would almost admit that they weren't there until we went inside and saw for ourselves. Like refusable to give in gave me strength.
2階の窓とか
The second story windows
鍵を
wouldn't be
俺
locked.
ちょっと試
I'll
してみ
give
る
them a try. How's he gonna do that? Get on, a ladder. Mion rode over a ladder that was standing against the house. Oh god, I missed it. The footing was a little unstable for me to be climbing it, but Mion held the ladder firmly in place for me. I hadn't climbed too many ladders. My inexperience with them exposed, I climbed up one step at a time and I tried to open each window on the second floor.
みーちゃん、
Me-chan,
私念のため
I'm
本
gonna
宅の
check
方も見てく
the
るね。
main house just to be sure.
すぐ戻るから。
I'll be right back. Oh my god, Dena! Bro, do you remember what she was just saying about not being alone to Geichi? Oh my god, now she's just doing that. God. I actually feel worried for these characters. I've never felt this worried for people before. God. I'm gonna done in a way. What, a main house?
古出家の本
Is
当
the
の
Hudede
家だよ。
family's actual
両
house?
親が亡くなって
After
以
their
来
parents passed
ず
away,
っ
I
と放
think
置
it's
してあ
been
る
left
そう
like
あ
that.
リカちゃんのご両
Rika's
親って
parents, they
亡
passed
くなっ
away.
てるんだよ
Huh?
な
After that point, I recalled something else. Wasn't
Satoko
Satoko
も
living
親なし
here
だよ。
too? Satoko was also
お
an
社
orphan.
様
Her
の
parents
たたりって
fell
こ
off
とで
a cliff, but
両
because
親
of
が
the
か
loss
け
of
お
her
兄
son
さん
was
だった
cursed.
サトシ君も
Then there's
いな
her
くなっちゃっ
older
て
brother, Satoshi.
Satoshi
He disappeared. Satoshi.
前
I've
に
heard
聞い
that
た
name
名前だ
before.
な
I remembered he was the one who disappeared last night because of
そ
the
れ以
curse.
来
Ever since then,
サトコ
Satoko
は
and
リカちゃ
Rika-chan
んと
have been
互い
living
に
in
身寄
this
りのない一人
shack.
ぼっち同士
Neither of them had a new family, but at least
助
they
け合
live
ってね
together. They help
本
each
宅
other
っ
out.
てそっちで
Then
暮らし
also
た
the
方が
main
楽
house
だろう
didn't.
に
She wouldn't be easier to live there. The cousin was yours, so I couldn't get a look inside to see. But the two young girls living together seemed like a pretty
初
tough
めは
life.
そうでも
I think she's right
両
about
親を
that. She
思い
said
出
it
す
was
から
hard
辛
though because
いっ
of
て言
her
って
her parents. I had no idea. I feel really bad for them. They were normally so cheerful at school that I'd never realised an atom of
リカちゃ
this.
んも
Because I'm the
Satoko
Satoko town, they've had it hard.
大変なんだな
呪われてるんだよ
She's... What? She's cursed? Huh? Suddenly Mion said something in a low voice that sounded like she was really cursing somebody, and I didn't let it slide. I turned around on the ladder to face her and asked her again.
ミオン
Mion,
Oh
what
my.
did you just say?
今
呪われてるって言
I
ったの
said she's cursed. Mion, still holding onto the ladder, brought her head up to look me into the eyes. As soon as her eyes met, an absolute zero jolt of electricity surged through my body. Oh god, it's those eyes. Mion's eyes clouded over, and with them boiled and bubbled a stew of chaos. They whirled around and round like a raging sea, and bubbles floated to the surface. I had at some point been trapped on this ladder like being cornered on a dead-end street. But Mion, why are you making that
お前
face?
なんて
And
顔
then
してん
it
だよ
about if you're going too far on this joke, and give her a false smile. However, on such an uneven footing I was, the only thing that came out of my mouth was a hoarse groan. I desperately struggled not to let nausea overwhelm me.
王女お社様のたたりを一心に受けた呪われた子なの
Mion's answer was something to a response I could have never asked. As a reply to somebody else's question. This is
公園の
weird.
展望台から転落死したのは両親だけ
Observation platform with her
あの子を
parents.
ミソッカス扱いしてた冷たい両親だけが死んで
She was the
引
only
き
one
取り
to
先
survive.
であの子をいじめた
And
お
as she
ば
was
は
in delivery of her
綿
around,
流
they
しの
treated her
夜に
cruelly and
異
the
常
artwork
者に
killed
脳みそ
them
が
in
ぐ
the
っちゃぐちゃに飛び散って
eyes of the
頭が原型をとどめないくらいにめった打ちにされて殺された
everywhere in her head and entirely. Ugh. By the end of it. God.
いつもあの子をかばってたさあの子の誕生日に突然消えてしまった
He suddenly disappeared on her birthday. Fucking hell.
あの子をいじめてい
Somebody
なかっ
made
た
him
のに
disappear
消され
even
て
though
し
he
まった
wasn't abusing her. The
警
police
察は家出したんだって
judged
決めつけ
him
た
to
けど
run away from them.
サトシ君は逃げ出すような人じゃなかったいつも一緒誰の力も借りずに
He
コ
would
ツコ
never
ツ
ask
と
for anybody's
一
help.
人懸命に努力する人だった
He'd always drag himself through everything with hard
た
work
った
alone.
一人の
He
妹のために身を粉にして頑張ってたのに消されてしまった
And yet somebody managed to disappear.
あの子のためにだけに生きていたのに消されてしまった
He lived for, and yet somebody managed to disappear.
かわいそうなサトシ
Poor
君
Satoshi.
なんて報われないサトシ君
But I know he was never a really poor Satoshi. But I know I couldn't agree more.
なんて恩知らずなあの子なのあの子は呪われた子
Child if she's ungrateful.
あの子に近づけば
What?
それが誰でも末路は同じたたりで死ぬ
The
か
curse
たたり
kills
で
them.
消え
All
る
the
か
curse makes them
あの子に
disappear.
安らぎ
She
なんてある
cannot
も
have
の
any
か
relief. She
あの
cannot
子に
have
安
any
らぎなんて
relief.
あるものか リカちゃんが消えたのもきっとサトコのせいだよ。違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない違いない
Mjolnir was mumbling words over and over that were no longer coherent. My shoulders were trembling so hard that I could feel it through the ladder. I almost lost my footing, which made me realise just how far from the ground I
落ち着け
really
よ
was. Calm
何
down,
のことを
Mjolnir.
言ってる
I
のか
don't know what you're
わ
talking
からな
about.
いよ
I wasn't sure if she even heard me. Mjolnir rocked back and forth, and that rocking and trembling was becoming even more violent. Help me. The ladder was free. Help me. Help. Oh God. Just then I heard the sound of many people running towards us. Oh my God. Is it? Oh, oh, hey. Over here. I very nearly said help me outright. 4 or 5 adults dead by now ran over here with flashlights.
ケイチ君
Get to you, I'm sorry I took so long. I borrowed the key.
どうも窓も戸締まりは完璧らしくて困ってた。
Perfectly sealed. I was getting worried. Oh my God, that's just a complete change of heart there. God. Pull me on though. I mean, who wouldn't feel like that? When I heard Mjolnir talking like nothing had just happened, I again felt a chill run through me. It's just really scary that, because I mean he's right on the middle of a ladder. He so could have just completely stacked it. God. The person currently holding the ladder in place, it was definitely Mjolnir. It was the real Sonozaki Mjolnir, and then the person muttering to themselves just a few seconds ago. Who was that? The person who was mumbling about those terrible things like curses. Who was that? But I mean, Satoshi, he definitely did deserve more, but Satoko is not cursed, no way. That's bullshit. I jumped down from the ladder as if running away, before Mjolnir turned into that person who wasn't Mjolnir a second time. The adults tried a few different keys on a keyring as they tried to open the big shutter on the first door.
リカちゃんの家
Because
は
I
ね
had the
だから
used
シ
to
ャ
be
ッ
a
ターの鍵を
disaster shelf from the
今でも
townhouse,
村
and
長
so
さ
the
んの
key to
家が
the
預か
shutter
っ
was
て
still
るの
kept in the mayor's house.
今ではリカちゃん
It's
と
still
サトコの指
Satoko
定だけど、
Chan's private residence now, though.
まあもともとリカちゃんの家
Well,
の
this
敷
is
地
not
内だし
Lika's property
誰も
anyway.
文句は言わないけ
Nobody
どね。
complains about it. Mjolnir gave a smile. She said that, however, I could only return her gaze with an aghast expression. Mjolnir was acting all too normal now, but that only contrasted all the more sharply with her earlier un-Mjolnir-like creepiness. Bang, bang, clatter, clatter, bang, bang! The shutter opened up for the first time in a very long while, and then I located the light switch and wasted no time going inside. I followed her. Lika-chan, if you'll say something. We climbed the narrow staircase. It looked like nothing more than a warehouse, but now that I was inside, I could tell how lifted it was. It was a person's home. Somehow the scent of 2 of them filled the place. This was definitely where Lika-chan and Satoko lived. The first floor doubled as a down assembly warehouse, but the second floor was a space entirely for living, just like a one-room apartment of us. The kitchen was a living room taking up around 150 square feet. Dressers, cupboards and the like were patched into the space, and in the corner there was a huge pile of clothes that appeared to have just been taken in from the drying outside. In the centre of the living room was a fold-up table, and on it were small containers for things like soy sauce and salad dressing. The sense of a frugal lifestyle drifted from all of it. It was strange that they weren't here in the middle of a light night like this. The adults climbing into their stairs one at a time began to make a fascinating talk about themselves.
どうやっぱりいない
So, not here?
いない
Yeah, they're just
絶
not
対
here.
おかしい
It's definitely weird. The village had been thrown into chaos yesterday because of the mayor's disappearance, and today even Liga and Satoko were they playing out somewhere together? This can't be, the bicycles aren't here though. Where would they have gone so late at night? Have they just not come back yet? Where did they go? The adults put forth various possibilities, and the house immediately devolved into a state of confusion. Eventually, Mjolnir settled them down.
信じたくないけど、
I don't want to believe it, but
君
the
吉
mayor,
の村長さん
Kimiyoshi,
無関係とは言い切れ
disappeared
ないね。
yesterday. We can't say this is unrelated. The adults' faces paled at Mjolnir's declaration. My own and us did as well.
例えば、起
Let's
こすに
see.
起こせなくなってるなんて可能性ももちろんあるよね。
They might for some tea or something, and then accidentally fallen asleep. Whoever invited them just might not be able to wake them up at all, too.
その可能性をまず潰そう。
Let's eliminate that
牧野さん
possibility
は
first. Makino-san,
裏手から
please
沢の
go
あたりの家を
around
回っ
to
てくだ
the
さい。
houses near the
慶
stream.
太郎さんはおじゃが池の方、
Keitaro-san, go near Wataganashi.
岡村さんは
Kamura-san, you too. Mjolnir probably gave directions to all the villages. The adults followed them without hesitation to
私はここに残っ
Saharai's
て 電話で片っ端から心当たりに問い合わせて。じゃあ皆さん、そういうことで。
You have your orders. Good. The others all will reply and punched back down the stairs below.
さすがみーちゃんは
Me-chan,
学校だ
you're
け
not
じゃ
only
な
the
く
jazz person of
ひ
the
な
school,
み
but
沢
the
の委員
Hinamizawa
長さん
too.
みたいだよね。
茶化さない茶化す。ほ
No
らどい
time
て。
for jokes.
おじさんは
Hey,
電話を使
stop
うん
a
だ
sec.
から。
Someone was using the phone. Mion groaned proudly to the receiver when we got started. And then I gave Mion a trusting look, considering her dependable for doing all of this. My feelings though were a little more complicated, since her leadership seemed to be affirming that the Sonozaki family's successful impression that Sion Oisan had given me. Stop right there, my Badakichi. None of this matters right now. The most important thing is to make sure Nikatan and Satogo are safe. Let's see, couldn't there be a clue hinting us where they might be somewhere in this room?
とはいえ
Still though,
そんなの
what
分かるはずもないよな。
if we tore the whole place apart and figured out what was different from before, we might have to be speculating. But there was nothing strange about this room, and there were no clues in sight. In the first place, I had never been here before. There was no way to me to know what was different if I didn't know how the room usually looked. Hey, don't give up my Barakichi. Stop thinking and start looking for something. The search was something I tried, pulling over the dresser drawers and opened the windows. I didn't uncover anything meaningful though. But then I was also unable to sound doing nothing. Was also looking around the
で
room.
もレナ
I
冷
was-
蔵庫や流し
then
の
I
下の
don't think
棚
we
とか
finally
を
got
開い
out
て
by
も
opening the
僕たちは
refrigerator
見
or
つから
the
ないと思うぞ。
cabinet underneath the sink.
隠れてるかなって思って。
I just thought they might be hiding. That is fair, but like, how could they hide in a fridge? As we were searching, it got noisy outside. Villagers were quickly assembling here, having heard the commotion. Of course, a lot of them were probably people Myeon had called.
私、遅
I
か
got tell
れ
everyone
警
what's
察も
going
来る
on.
だ
The
ろう
police
し
will be
ね。
here sooner or
大
later
石の
too.
やつに
We
も
need
事
to
情を
explain
説
the
明しなき
situation
ゃ。
to Oishi. Myeon began descending the stairs and we followed her out to the front of the house. There were already around 10 adults here, and all of them looked uneasy. I suddenly noticed that the old people from the shrine were here as well, and they were praying for Rika-chan's safety, rubbing their prayer beads. This has gotten bad. This wasn't just a problem between friends anymore. Myeon-chan, is it true that Rika-chan and Sadako-chan aren't anywhere to be found? And the villagers all formed to ring around Myeon, swarming her. Myeon raised her right hand, as if silently telling them to calm down.
誰かの家にお邪魔していないか。
Every house
町
according
会
to
の
the
回
town
覧区分に
councils
沿って全校をま
notification
ず調べ
division
よ
and see if they're
う。
not
本人たち
visiting
がこっ
anyone.
ちの気も知らずに誰かの
I
家
thought
で
they
す
could
や
be
すや
fast
と
to
お
take
泊
us
まりしてる
somebody's
可
house
能
and
性もあるわ
totally
けだから
unaware
ね。
that we're looking for them. It would definitely be hard for somebody to wake up Rika-chan if she had eaten a good full meal and fallen asleep like a kitten afterwards. Oh, how nice it would be if
こ
that
ん
were
な
the
ことは
case.
考えたくないけど、
I don't want to think about this,
も
but
ち
it's
ろん
also possible that
悪い
something
こと
bad
が
has
起こった
happened.
可能性もあ
Myeon's
る。
face grew remarkably more grim, and a wave of silence washed over all the adults.
我々も手分けしよう。
We should divide up the work too.
昨夜の村長探しで
We
回っ
went
た
over
ところ
all
を
the
もう
places
一
we
度
went
回
the
る。
last night while looking for the men.
俺たちはダム現場をよく念
We
入り
look
に
around
捜
the
査
dam because that's
お
like
前
the
さん
best
た
we
ちは
can.
学
You
校
guys
の
go
後
search around the school.
したら
Right, let's get a move on. Let's go.
みんな昨日も村長さん探しで徹夜だったからね。
We were up all night
寝
looking
不
for the
足で
men.
辛い
I
だろ
know
うけ
you
ど
were all alone, so
どう
but
かよ
please
ろ
do your best. Got it. Damn, these people. Respect. They're determined. With that as a signal, the others scattered in every direction. I figured I should scatter some by as well, so I started walking unsteadily in a direction nobody else has gone in. I was getting farther and farther from people. I didn't feel scared or anything though. If someone were made to disappear, Sion and I should be first. It would have been perfectly normal for me to be scared of the dark. However, I didn't feel that way. Why was that? It was because tonight somebody had already disappeared, so nobody else would disappear tonight. It would take some time before I, exhausted as I was, would feel guilt at the cause of my own selfish sense of relief. God, I hope they can find her. Who knows though? I have a feeling it's a lost cause already, but yeah, who knows? Suddenly my vision cleared and a cold wind caressed my body. This was the hill from which you could see the whole village. Wow. God, what a bloody view. That is so cool. This is drawn so well. Like, my God. Looking down from this hill, I could see the lights in here and there. and knew that the entire village had awoken from its slumber. First Nakano-san and Tomitake-san, and then the mayor, and now even Rika-chan and Sadako had been sacrificed, and the word of it was spreading everywhere. Strange mummies left me. This could no longer be a joke. We could have found them. Mion would have told me if I was a worrywart. Elena would have just been glad if we did. And they would have smiled at me. My hopes disappeared as if I were awakening. From a dream. That was what the Higurashi was telling me. Following my knees, my arms both bent forward onto the ground. I clawed at it with my nails. I couldn't figure out if I was feeling sorrow or frustration. It's just my fault. I couldn't enjoy the bed of my own sin, and I just told Rika-chan about it. They had nothing to do with it, but Rika-chan and even Satoko had been sacrificed. It was like a cross that Shion and I would each other have to bear the weight of until we ourselves were erased. Well then, if I'm gonna go that far, then the problem started long before that. My original zone of breaking taboo and entering the ritual storehouse without even asking. I knew I shouldn't have gotten in there from the start, yet I lost out to cheap curiosity. I haven't felt so angry at myself until this very moment. There was a crunching sound. I wasn't even interested in who made the noise, despondent as I was. Keiichi-kun, are you okay? It was Leno. Perhaps me clawing at the ground made it look like I was having stomach pains. She went over and rubbed my back to make me feel better. Alright, this is all my fault. It's all because of me. It's my fault. Keiichi-kun's fault. He didn't do anything wrong. Please don't blame yourself for this. I could tell Lena was doing her best to choose the right words out of consideration for me. That's why I said her behind these words. Keiichi-kun, you know why Rika-chan and Sadako-chan disappeared, don't you? Is that what she's really meant to say? Because it was an emergency, we don't know how to ignore the reason why I wanted to make sure Rika-chan was safe, but none of it actually compared to disappearance. It was only natural. I start to wonder as to why. However, with the situation having gone this far, I couldn't possibly tell her now. I didn't want to admit that Rika-chan and Sadako had disappeared, but I couldn't let Elena disappear either. Keiichi-kun, if you stay out here in the wind, you'll catch a cold. Elena sat down and bringing her eyes level with mine. They told us the children should go back home to sleep. Elena showed me her watch as she said that. It was on past 1 in the morning. Time was passing too quickly, and I've been crawling around here for that long. If we don't sleep soon, we'll have trouble getting up for school tomorrow. Even the adults are really worn out since they were out searching for the mail last night too. They say they'd break up a little earlier tonight. I was a little upset that they weren't allotting this much time as they had to search for the mail last night, but that was something I, because of everything, was no right to criticise. There's a way the police have arrived a little while ago, so there's police cars coming into the village right now. Hearing that remark, I looked down at the village to see that there were indeed more cars than one would normally expect at this hour coming from the darkness on the other side of the mountain. However, none of the emergency or not. What? This is an emergency though, somebody's literally gone missing. Of course, the sirens weren't raining either. That's right. All of the incidents that occurred right after the Wataganashi were seen a product of Yasuro-sama's curse wouldn't be needed to handle in secrecy. Rika-san and Sadako too. Their disappearances would end up exactly like the other serial incidents in the past. Surreptitious, unresolved, declared a mystery, and disappear from memory. Rika-san's face, a sweet face like a western doll's, would fade away. Sadako's smile, her energetic fine smile would fade away. The more I tried to remember them, the less I'd be able to. I deserved to be called an idiot a dozen times over, but it wouldn't be enough. I couldn't hold back the tears of my own sheer stupidity.
Keiichi-kunが
I didn't know,
何を
I
自
don't know
分
what
に
you're
責め
blaming
ている
yourself.
かわからないけれど、
Keiichi-kun, but you should
も
stop.
うやめよ
I wasn't about to deny it. I couldn't even so I couldn't affirm it either. I wanted to at least keep Elena out of this. If she found out, she would be
頼む
involved.
放っ
Please,
ておいて
Lena,
くれ
could
ない
you
か
leave me
俺
alone?
きっと
If you never went home, I wouldn't be able to
うち
sleep.
に帰ったって眠れない
If I couldn't get to sleep, then I at least wanted to set pretty cha-cha and Sadako at least until I collapsed. The entire village was looking, yet they still hadn't been found. I don't think I'd be able to find them looking alone at this point. Still, I
俺
had
の
to
せ
do
いで
it. They disappeared
他
because
の
of me.
探してくれてる人
I
たちよりも
couldn't possibly go to sleep with
先に
other
なんか
people. Or rather
眠
searching.
れるものか
I said that to myself in such a calculation, but I soon realised that then I was silently trying to find the meaning in my mouth. I realised I had misspoke.
ケイチ君の
It's
どうして
Keiichi's
そう思う
fault?
の
Why
か
do you
な
think that? Why?
かな
This can't be Keiichi, you're not at fault. I was happy that Lena said these things to me, but she only did because she didn't know the truth. If she knew that everything that had been caused by breaking taboo on the night of the Wataganashi, then even then I would curse my existence. However, I can't allow for those curses. I mean confessing my own crimes to her now. If I spell it even one word of having stuck into the ritual storehouse on the night of the Wataganashi, then even then I could disappear tomorrow night. The gentle spirited, always joking, always howling. For a time like this, the most dependable person in the world, then I might disappear. I don't want that. Anything but that. Stop, I need to bear my cross alone.
ケイチ君が
Keitsu-kun, I know that you
と
will
ても
always have
自分
your
を
friends
傷
in
つ
your
けたく
heart.
な
I
る
can
気
really
持ちも
understand
よく
feeling
わかるよ。だ
like
け
you
ど
want to kick yourself. Then I know
レナ
so
はケイ
that it's not
チ君
Keitsu-kun's
が悪く
fault.
ないって
You didn't do anything wrong, Keitsu-kun, and I know that. You know that. You're shivering in my rant, rushed back, and replaced the sorrow in my heart with fear. I didn't tell her anything, didn't I? Maybe I accidentally said something that caused her not to figure it out. This is bad. Now Lena will disappear. Lena will disappear. Lena will disappear. Then Lena, the same way I did, always grab my head and bring out the Betty roughly.
ケイチ、ひょっとして
Keitsu-kun, are you thinking
レ
that
ナも
Lena
消え
might
ちゃうかもしれ
disappear
ないって思ってるの。お社様のたた
because
りで。
of Oyasuro-sama's curse? She put more force into the handle in my head.
だったら安心
You
して
don't need
レ
to
ナは
worry
消えた
about
りし
that.
ないよ。
Lena
絶
isn't
対
going
に。
anywhere, I promise.
どうして消
How
えない
can
な
you
んて
say that with such confidence?
自信を持って言えるんだよ。
Somebody's been sacrificed every night so far. There was no proof that it would need to happen again tomorrow night. There was even less proof after all, as the sacrifice wouldn't be dinner. I don't care who you are. Just please, if you're going to erase someone I made sweet first, please stop currently getting wicked people we're close to, like the mayor for Shion on Luka-chan and start to call for me. Oh, and Shion's hysterical, so I think it back to my... They must be planning to kill the last of all. What's the last of all? They're not killing the first people who came to mind, they start by killing those we're close to, and then after we've caused us so much pain, they'll kill us. That's what they think.
Lena.
Please don't disappear, please don't. As long as I'm still there, I can no longer conceive the soul dwelling with me.
ほら、
Come on, kiss me.
みんなの
Crying
ところ
doesn't
に
suit
行
you.
こ
Let's go back to
う。
the
婦
others.
人会の人たち
How's
がね、
one
お
of
味
the
噌汁
good
の
soup
飲
for
む
us?
と温まっ
But
て
when
落
we
ち
are
着くよ。
calming you down, and then I bumped me to sand. I didn't have the energy to oppose her, so I stood as she urged me to. We returned to our shrine grounds to find several gas stoves with miso soup in big pots. The many villagers there said that the soup they were given in dead, stony silence. The expressions were absolutely exhausted. Everybody had just been running around the whole village until there was a little while ago from
ケイちゃん
the
どこ
true
行っ
looks
て
in
た
their
んだよ
faces, so I had assumed they hadn't come up with everything. So yeah, Kei-chan, where did
ケ
you
イちゃ
go?
んまでいな
That's
くな
why
っ
you
て
disappeared too. Sorry, Mion hold up some miso soup for me, but if you wished to offer, I didn't have much of an appetite.
みーちゃん、どう
Mi-chan,
何
how
か
was
手
it?
がかりはあ
Did
っ
you
た
find any clues? Mion took a sip of her soup, her expression frank.
全然ない
None
学
at
校
all.
が終わってから
School
家に
ended
帰
and
っ
they
て
went home.
二人で自
Then
転
the
車
two
に乗
of
っ
them
て
went
どこか
somewhere on
に
their
しかも
bicycles.
二人が
Moreover,
自転車に乗った姿は
nobody ever saw
全く
them
目
riding
撃
their
されてい
bikes,
ない
so...
し
Oh, that's weird. When it gets dark and Nina was open, will quietly vanish from the streets. As I remember, I was hurrying back home from town and cars and bicycles. It was normal to see absolutely nobody walking around outside. It wasn't at all strange that nobody had seen Rika-chan and Satoko-chan riding their bikes.
昨日の村長の時と同じ
It was the same like
お
last
手
night
上
with
げ
the
だよ
mayor. There's no hope. Mill's apathetic tone pricked my nerves, but the anger quickly subsided. She'd be doing all sorts of things to try and find Rika-chan just until a second ago. If I asked her, she'd probably say she was up all night last night too, looking for the mayor, wouldn't she? She must have been far more fatigued than I was. Besides, what about me? I spent all the time hunched over in indecision, all alone. I had no right to say anything about Mill.
ケイちゃんも
Get on, I know it's
辛い
hard,
だろうけ
but
ど今夜はこれで
let's
休
turn
もう
in for the night.
さっき今夜は解散しようってなったところだよ
Decided we should break up the
これを
search
飲
for
んだ
now.
らもう
Drink
終
this
わ
and
り
let's call it quits. Is this the
なの
end?
か
もちろん終わりじゃないよ
No, of course
明るく
not.
なったら警察も増援を入れて徹底的に
We'll
探
do
す
a
って
thorough
さ
search with the police's help.
沖宮の方に行ってる可能
They
性もあ
could
る
have
から
gone to
ね
walking on enough
村
too.
長の件も含めて
People were even saying we
獅
should
子
go
骨
through
市
all
全
of
体で
Shishigone's
目撃
city,
情報がないか洗うって
investigating
言って
whether
る
there are any witnesses for both the girls and the mayor.
それよりもケイ
Anyway,
ちゃんだ
what
よ
happened, Kei-chan?
どこに行ってたんだい
What did you go
い
off
つの間にか
to?
い
You
なくなっ
vanished
ちゃ
all
う
of a
から
sudden. I was really worried.
心配したんだよ。
Suddenly I was on the receiving end, but I didn't have any willpower to
Sma.
fight. Sorry, I'll be even more
気を
careful.
つ
何もなかった。怪しい人に
Nothing
監視
happened.
さ
There
れて
wasn't
ると
any
か
suspicious.
付け狙われ
Anyone
てるとか
suspicious spying on us.
そういうのはなかった。
Nothing like that. The older man with such a serious expression that I was being criticized for how inconsiderate I had been, despite being in so much pain. I was frustrated that I was being criticized, but it was my sin. My sin, my spirit.
何もないよ。でも
Nothing.
気をつける。
I'll be careful when
すまん。
Sorry. Mio now aware that nothing had happened. He relieved the big sigh with her shoulders, looking relieved.
おや
おいしさん。
おや
Oh my god.
美味しい匂いが
Anyway,
漂
something
って
good
くる
coming
と
from
思
over
っ
here.
たら
Oh
これ
my
はぜ
god.
ひご商売に預かり
People
た
are
いです
dying,
ね
mate. It's not something to joke about. I'd be much obliged if you allow me to have some. Oh, right. I thought you meant like when I said like smell something good. I mean, that could maybe be like the intrigue of the case that it could have to him or something like that. I don't know. We heard the repulsive voice of a fat man. It was always silent and trailed by the handful of police officers. He was acting energetically in a way unfitting him to the situation.
大して残ってない。
There's
それで
not
も
much
よけ
left.
れば勝手
You
にど
can
う
have
ぞ。
some if you want. Mio didn't like Oisan very much. A cold attitude though didn't seem to bother Oisan in the slightest. It was like splashing water in a frog's face.
はい味噌
No,
汁のお
no,
残り
Mrs.
って
leftovers have a
ちょ
bit
っ
too much
と
salt.
塩分高めなんだ
For my taste.
参ったな
Confound it.
君たちはいただきます
Would you like any? He recommended it to his supporters, but everyone gave dry smiles and refused.
どうですか？
So the
警
police
察の方では
only hold
何か手がかりはつかめました
Little
か？
Smile was warm enough to replicate the miso
大
soup.
丈夫です
Don't
ご
worry,
安
little
心
Wizzy,
を
everything's
ちゃ
fine.
んと
We're
探
searching
して
for
るん
them
です
real
か
good. He didn't say a word about finding any new clues. In other words, there had been no progress. That was her annoying way of beating around the bush.
それより
In any
もう
case,
本
it
当に
really has
どう
gone
ぞ
late.
若
All
い
of
皆
you
さん
guys
は
should
お
get
帰
home
り
and get some
体に
sleep.
触
It
り
would be
ま
bad
す
for your health otherwise.
そうだよ。ケイちゃんもレナ
Yeah,
も。
get on, don't
あとは
get some
税
rest.
金で働い
These
てるおっ
guys
さんたち
can
がや
get
ってくれ
attacked
るから。
money, they'll handle it here from us.
私たちだって
We're desperate too, you know.
蕎麦
I
屋
feel
さん
like
が
a
自
soba
分の
noodle
作った
chef
そば食
eating
って
my
る
own
みたいな
soba.
気分ですよ
Mm.
な
It really wasn't a move of laughter. In fact, Boy-san was the only one laughing like an idiot.
じゃ
Okay,
あ本
seriously,
当に
please
帰
do
ろ
our
うケイ
best.
チ。
Let's go
明
home,
日が
please.
辛くなる
It'll
よ
be。hard to wake up tomorrow if we don't.
そうなんなら
Yeah, that's right.
お
I
二
can
人
always
をお
bring
送
you
りして
home if you
まあ
need.
じゃあ
Come on,
車を
Tom.
回して
Why
あげ
don't
てく
you
ださい
in that car
俺
around?
たち
No thanks, we
自
came
転
on
車で来てるん
bicycles,
で
so
ご安心私たち
No,
ワゴン
it's
車
fine.
自
We can
転車も
make
詰め
we'll
ま
just
す
throw
よ
the bikes in the back. We may have gotten pretty sleepy, but we just needed to ride home at this point. I didn't want to bother the police like that. I don't know, however, nodded.
せっかくだか
Okay,
ら
if you exist,
私たちだ
insist,
けで帰る
we'll
より
appreciate it. It's probably
きっと
safer
安
than
全だ
if we
よ。
went back alone. When I thought about it carefully, I witnessed that Leonard's idea was extremely rational.
そうと決まれば
Now
行きま
that
しょう
it's
行きましょう
decided, let's make a move on, shall we?
じゃあね、おやすみ。
Okay, bye.
レナも
Good
ケイ
night.
ちゃんも。
Good night. Get on.
うん、みーちゃんも
Yeah,
早め
Get
に
on.
休
You
ん
go
で
to
お
bed
やす
soon,
み。
okay? Good night. I wave my hand as well, saying goodbye. Higurashi and Sadako still hadn't been found. My knees, however, were steadily being pushed away by sleepiness. Oh. Then I showed the police where our bicycles were, though, so that Oisan could haul them into the truck. He prompted us to get into the back seat. I could hear the springs squeaking as I sat down onto a seat that would normally hurt my rear friend, but at this point it was very soft and was more comfortable enough for me to fall asleep on.
ではお嬢さんの
Ladies
家
first,
から
we
行き
start
ま
with
し
the
ょ
middle
う住所は
house. Where do you live?
私の家はですね。
My house as well. That was always slowly grew distant. I found myself getting sucked into the void of sleep.
もしもーし
Hello,
前原さん
my Mada-san, are you asleep?
完全
back
に
there?
眠っちゃってますか
Oh god. When I came to, it was quiet. Oh my god. Oh, that must be really awkward for them because I mean, could you imagine if there's just a killer that you don't even know the identity, you don't even know if they're human, and then somebody just falls asleep in the back of the car? I mean, if they weren't waking up, and for example, if Geichi didn't actually wake up after Oishi was like, my Bada-san, that would be so scary. Because you could have really got the wrong impression there. Or maybe you couldn't have got the wrong, maybe you couldn't possibly have done the wrong impression. And he was just steaming away in your car. But I don't know, that's way too unlikely. That would be really interesting though. When I came to, it was quiet, the car was parked. Wish-san was giving me very light slaps to the cheek. It didn't feel good at all, so I woke up immediately. Oh, I'm sorry, I just fell asleep.
すみません
Something was being held
すっ
right
かり
under
寝込んじゃ
my
って
nose. Oh, what? A clump of metal? It was a kind of clock. Oh,
ぬるいです
it's lukewarm right
甘
now.
いカフェオレ
The
なら
cafe au lait
常温
is
でも結構
good
飲め
even
ま
at
すよ
room temperature. Oh,
どうも
thanks. I mechanically took the can and opened the bolt up. The feeling of the warm sweet liquid going down my throat awakened my sleepy mind. When my drowsiness receded, I started wanting to know why the car stopped and why I was offered coffee. Wish-san, who had been in the driver's seat, had at some point moved to the back. Oh, he probably wants to interrogate him. Well, not interrogate, but question him. Suddenly I had a very bad feeling about this. It reminded me of the questioning yesterday at the library. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was already too late by the time I realised I'd made a mistake. Today, of all days, it didn't look like I'd be getting away. I had a feeling that until Wish-san heard what he wanted to, he wouldn't be letting me go. Please don't get a reform on me. I'm not going to beat you or anything, Maibara-san. Wish-san gulped down the last of his coffee and then stretched wide, showing me how relaxed he was. That, however, only served to heighten my nervousness.
俺に
What do you need
い
from
えいえ別
me?
に別に
Need? Oh, nothing really. You're going to obey the question at this point? What a deeply unreadable man.
私からは用
Well,
は
what
な
I
い
need you
前
for
原
anything,
さ
I
ん
just
から
saw that you might need
私に
something
用がある
別
from
に
me, Maibara-san.
用なんかな
I
いです
don't
あ
need
りゃ
anything.
本当に
Oh, I see.
あるんじゃな
Are
い
you
で
sure
す
there's
か
nothing?
うん
There's only one side door in the back seat of this truck. In other words, my only exit was blocked up by a witch-sign. I couldn't get away. I could only limply hang on my head and maintain my silence. Wishy, despite my reticence, relaxed and began smoking a cigarette. The cries of the insects around outside seemed to be growing longer and longer till an hour of time. It almost
前
seemed
原さん
infinite.
から相
Here, I
談
was
した
sure
いこ
that
と
you had
が
something you
き
wanted
っ
to
とあ
talk
っ
to me
た
about.
と思って
Which
たん
time
ですけ
it
ど
said
ね
a puff of smoke. The vehicles were open, but the tobacco smoke still accumulated inside of the vehicle. How much did Oishi-san know? What did he know, and what did he want to hear from me? If I was finding out the truth, if finding out the truth made you disappear, then if I told him, would Oishi-san disappear too? I had a bad feeling that I didn't need to worry about that in
ど
his case.
うしてこんなことになっちゃったんでしょうね
Oh God. Oishi-san addressed me in a low tone as if he were talking to himself. How had this all ended up happening? How the hell should I know? That was just what I
富
wanted to
竹
know.
次郎さんと
You know,
高
Jiggy
野
and
美代さ
Taka-san and
ん
Miyotaka-san,
お祭りの
right?
時
I know you do because I
園
personally
崎俊
witnessed
さ
you
ん
with
を
them
含め
during
て
the
4人で
festival.
一緒に
All
おら
the sons I can see and
そ
so.
の富竹さんと
Do
高
you know
野
how
さん
Tomitake-san and
今
Takano-san are
どうして
doing
おら
right
れ
now?
た実は
They're actually
お
well
なっ
passed
気の
away.
毒な死
They're
に
not
方
very
でし
untimely
た
deaths. Wisan probably played that card in order to surprise me. However, I already knew and didn't explain
おや
the extreme reaction he already
ひょっとして
expected.
ご存知でした
What's this? Did you already know? Unfortunately, for this question in particular, remaining silent was
じゃ
equivalent to
あ
saying
富
yes.
竹さんと
Oh,
高
so
野さ
then
んが
you
たたり
did
に遭わ
you
れた
also
理
know
由
the reason Tomitake-san and Takano-san were cursed?
何でもですね
People were saying that apparently
入
they
っ
went
ちゃいけな
into
い禁断の建物に入ったからだって言われてるん
they
で
went into
すよ
some forbidden building. Shit. The store has spiritual implements. People know about it? The forbidden shed sealing away Hinamezawa's blood-stained past, where the mistake that started it all
村長さ
happened.
んや古出里
Did
香
you
さ
know
ん
that
も
about the rumors,
その
about
せいで
the
たた
rumors
りに遭
that
われ
said
た
that the
んだと
mayor
いう
and
噂は
Hudoriko-san
聞き
were
ました
cursed because of that too? What about Satoko? That mean it was mine and Sion's fault. He was right. As soon as we revealed what we did,
最偶
what do
伝
they
と
call
言い
it?
ました
A
っけ
ritual
あそこ
storehouse.
の鍵を
As
簡
then
易
it
な
was
も
made
のに
bad
付け
luck.
替えたか
The
ら
lock to
俗
it
に
had
入
been
られた
replaced
ん
by
だ
a
ってい
simple
う
one, which
結
made
論
it
つい
easier
てる
for
らしいんで
thieves
す
to
よ
get inside. What? This is just... Oh.
一昨年くらいまで
Until
は
last year,
最後伝にはでっかい缶抜きとでっかいと
padlock
ころ
on
の
it.
ほら
I mean, you know, ever since the
缶
person
主
his
夫妻
wife
がお
passed
亡く
away,
なり
the
になられて
Kaido-san has been
今は
managing
缶
this
抜
place
きが
by
重くて大変だから
she talked to the
もっ
mayor
と
saying she
軽い
wanted
簡
them to
単な錠
replace
前に付け
with
替え
a
てほしい
lighter, more
と
simple
村長
padlock
さんに
because the
相談
bars
した
were
ら
too
しい
heavy
ん
for
です
her.
よ
I didn't know anything about those big bars he was talking about, but the lock had certainly been a simple one. It was a pretty cheap one too, and it didn't really fit my impression of what a lock for a place you store something as important as ritual implements would be.
リカさんはあの通り
Because on his
錆びついて重くなった缶抜きはしん
and
ど
they
かっ
must
たん
have
でし
caused
ょ
her a lot
う
of
で
trouble.
村長さんが職人を手配して簡単な南京錠で鍵ができるように付け替え
それが どうして
So how
ケ
does
チ
that
がつく
mean
ことになるんです
those
か？
bad luck?
前の厳重な錠前なら俗には
The
忍
mayor
び
and
込まれな
Nikazan
かった。
replaced it with a cheap lock
村長
and
さ
a
んと
key
リ
on
カさ
their
んが
own,
勝
so
手に
thieves
やす
broke
と
into it. Apparently
Oh,
as
you-
I was going
そん
down,
な話
the explanations a bit
そういう話が
getting
まかり
outside
通って
certain members
て、
of the village
一部の村人たちが最後殿に忍び込んだ族
into
と
the ritual
俗
storehouse
に
and
破ら
those
れるような鍵に変えた村長とリ
mayor
カ
and
さんを
Nikazan
罰
who
した。
changed the lock. That's
なんて
interesting.
話があっ
At
たり
least those
な
are
か
the
っ
whispers
たり
that
し
seem
た
to be
わさ。
going around my
どう
person.
思い
What
ま
do
す
you think?
どう思
What
うっ
do you
て
think? Oh boy,
その一部の村人っての
he
も
is
よ
getting.
くわから
Oh
ないし
god, Katie, he is getting cornered. Fucking hell. I mean, oh my god. That's really interesting that he says that the rumors. Oh wait, no. Katie and Sion are like the only people that actually know sort of the connection between knowing and death, really. But that's really interesting that it could also be interpreted as just because they switched out a lock and replaced it. That's interesting. Oh god. But what about Satoko though? Nothing explains her disappearance that we've learned so far. Nothing does. Maybe Rika-chan told Satoko? I don't know. Like, maybe Satoko actually was really knowledgeable on this, on the quiet? Who knows? I don't really know what you mean by certain members of the
御三
village.
家っ
Are you
て
familiar with the
渡
three
長市の
families
お祭りの
represented
開
from
会
each
式典で
of them gave short addresses at the
各家の
Wataganashi
代表がそれ
festival
ぞれ挨拶
opening
見ていません。
ceremony. I
祭り
didn't
に
see them
は
I came
途
partly
中か
for
ら
the festivals,
御
but I
三
don't
家っ
really
ての
the three
は
families in
ひなみ沢の
these
旧家の3つの
families
家
in
の具体
Hinamizawa.
的に
To
言
give
うと
actual names, the Kimiyoshi family, the
Kimiyoshi,
Sonozaki family, and the
Sonozaki
Hideo
家
family.
本当に古
They
い
each
家
have
筋ら
quite
し
the
く
lineage, as
ね
it seems. That's very interesting that like the Kimiyoshi family is actually like a separate family, because I thought Kimiyoshis were part of the Sonozakis. Interesting. I mean, in Kimiyoshi though, like, I mean, the only person we actually know from his family is the mayor. I literally know nobody else in the family. It's
村
interesting.
の
That.
決め事は御
No
三
one
家が
ever said that
合意して
everything
決
in
め
this
るん
village
だと
was
言います
decided by a council of the three families. The Kimiyoshi family, Old Man Kimiyoshi, meaning the mayor's family. The Sonozaki family was Mion's. The Hideo family was Rika-chan's family, right?
園崎家が
After the
戦後
war,
に
the
一気に勢
Sonozaki
力を
families
拡大し
quickly
ました。
expanded their
例の
influence.
ダム闘争
Practically
で
speaking, after leading the
反
fight
ダム
against the
の
Contrastions
旗頭
during
にな
the
ってから
town
事
club,
実
they
上
jumped to the
ひ
top
な
of
み
the
沢
hierarchy
でも
in
ですね
Hinamizawa. You
古
see,
い
though,
しきたりに
in
しても
accordance with the old
今
ways,
で
they
も
still
重要な
decide
村の
on
方
village
針は
matters
御三家で合
after
議して決
consulting
め
with
て
the
い
three
る。だか
families.
ら渡長市の開
That's
会
why
挨
the
拶
leaders of the three families
御
each
三
have
家の
their
当主がそれぞれ
own
なさるんで
address
すよ。
at the start of
つまり
Wataganashi. In
村
other
長
words, the mayor,
と
the old
園
lady
崎家の
family, in
現当
charge
主の
of
おばあ
Sonozaki
さん、
family,
そ
and
し
the
て
last
古出家
remaining
の最
member
後の一人
of the Hideo
その
family,
崎家が
Rika-san. I heard
大
about
した
the
家柄だと
Sonozaki
いう
family
話
was
は聞かされ
pretty
てたけど、
high up there, so Rika-chan's
リカちゃんの
family
家も
was just a sound.
そういう旧家だったのか。
まあご存知の通
Well,
り
as you're aware,
親
she
族は
has no
古
relatives
出
at
家
all.
は事実
In
上
reality, the
全
Hideo
く勢
family
力を持
holds
ちませんが
pretty
ね。
much
ただ
no influence. However, it
Rika-san
seems like
個人
people
には
gravitate
求心
towards
力があ
Rika-chan
る
on
よ
a
うで、
personal level.
村のお
I hear
年
that
寄り
many
に
of
は
the village's
往診す
elderly
る方
have
が多いと聞きます。
blind faith in her. Weird. It was certainly true that Rika-chan had an odd sort of charisma among the elderly.
その
So
御三
what
家
are
っ
you
ての
telling me about the
なん
three
だって言うん
family
ですか？
stuff before? Wish-san paused for him, just lighting another cigarette. I was
ここまで
standing up
説
and
明
he still
わ
not
から
enough.
ないから聞いてるんです。
I'm asking because I don't understand. Which gave me a dry meaningful grin and blew out another big puff of
御
smoke.
三家の人
Members
間
of the
が
three families are
相次い
disappearing
で
one
どう
after
いう
the
わ
other.
けかね。
That's what I'm
ひな
talking
み沢
about.
の内側の
I've heard that it's
古い
based on
因
some
習
sort
か
of
何かに基
old
づいてい
kind
る
of
んじゃない
traditions
かと言われているんです。
inherent in Hinamizawa, but I don't know much beyond
そんな
that.
の
I don't know
俺
anything
ですか
about
らで
that.
すから君吉
That's
家
why I'm asking.
古出家の
The
当主が
the
消え
leaders
たん
of
で
the
すから
Kimiyoshi family
次は
and the Hideo
園
families
崎家
will
の当主が
disappear,
消え
so
るん
maybe
じゃ
the
ない
leader
か
of the
な
Sonozaki family will disappear
な
next.
んて
Well, that's just a
思っ
random
たり
idea
思わなか
bouncing
ったり
around
し
my
た
head
り
at
す
the
る
moment.
今日なんちゃって
Just kidding, really.
園崎家の
The
当主っ
leaders
て
of the Sonozaki family, who is it?
園
The
崎
current
本
leader
家
is
のお
the
ばあ
young
ちゃんな
lady
ん
of
で
their
す
main
が
house, but it wouldn't be
実
incorrect to
質
say
上
that
の当主権限は
that
もう
practically
孫
all the
娘
rest
の
of their
ミオン
leaders
さ
have
んに
been
移行している
transplanted
と見て
to
間違いないでしょうね。
Oh fuck. The visage of Mion giving prompt direction to the other while searching for Rika-chan sprung back to
ミ
mind.
オンが
Mion.
消える？
She's gonna disappear. I fucking hope not. Oh god. I haven't even thought of that possibility. All my hair stood on end. That's
嫌
insane.
でしょう。
Nobody
当たり
wants
前
that,
だ。
right?
そ
Of
んな
course
の
not. We can't allow
許
that.
せるものか。
My voice ground my shoulders with
で
my
は
phone.
協力
Then how was that my Abada-san?
園崎
If
美音
there's
さんに
anything
つ
you
い
noticed
て
about
最
Sonozaki
近気
Mion,
づいた
please
こと
tell me.
何で
I
も
was
いいか
going
ら
on
話して
by
く
the
ださ
time I
い
realized it was too late. Wish-san brought his face in closer, almost close enough to round into me, waiting for my next words. This pressure, I can't tear my eyes away from his. That moment I heard a beeping sound. It was from the driver's seat. He ignored it at first, but then it started to bother him, so he finally let go of me, leading to the
もし
driver's
も
seat.
しはい
Hello,
はい
yep,
神
loud
田
and
良子
clear. I was saved. Oh my god, that's lucky. Of course, it's not like I could use this
So
thing to
this-
escape.
はいは
I
い
see.
では戻り
Yes,
ましょう
alright.
は
Let's
いは
slide
い
back then, yes.
はいはい
He can use it to escape. Oh my god, he is so lucky. Apparently he was being really cool. Now that I knew I'd be free, the tension in my body just
そろそろ
all at once.
戻らない
It
とい
is
け
I
ない
knew that he was going.
こ
We
れ
were
か
just
ら
going
が
to
い
do
い
a
と
good
ころだ
party.
ったん
It
で
was
す
too
が
bad.
残念ですね
Oh god. We flung open the door, excited. We walked around to the front to the driver's seat. He left the door open. Did that mean I could
前
leave?
原さんは友達思い
You
の
really
今
care
時
about your
関
friends,
心
Marble
な
son.
若
Am
者
I
で
will
す
try very good to have him stay
友
in.
人のことを
I
警
don't
察
really
にしゃべ
understand
る
it.
と
He feels
な
like
ん
he'd
だ
be
か
betraying
裏切っているよ
Don't believe anything.
前原さん一晩差し上げ
My
ます
brother's
から
on is the
ゆ
middle of the
っく
night,
り
so
お
we had a
休
good
みに
night's
なって
sleep, and then
前
think
原さ
about
ん
it.
のほんの
Just
ち
a
ょっと
little
の
bit of
勇
courage
気
from
が
you might end
結
up
局
being what saves
大
up
勢の
many of
友
your
人
friends
を
in the
救う
end.
ことにつながるかもしれ
Oh
ないです
god. Do you want to say that the sacrifices wouldn't stop with Higurashi and
分か
Satsuko?
ってると思います
He
が
knows already, but if he knows he's the Wataganashi, something has happened. In the past,
毎
the
年
curse only
1
occurred
回だ
once
った
per year,
たた
but
りが
this time
今
it's been
年
going
本
on for
当に
days.
景
What
気
a
のいいとし
prosperous
て
year this has
そんな
been.
の
I don't
景気
think
が
we
いい
can
な
call
お
that
とと
prosperous.
い
The night
昨
before
日
last
そ
night,
して
and now
明日
today.
の晩も
There's no proof that something won't happen
それを
tomorrow
未然に
as well.
防ぐのが
It's our
私たち
job
の仕
to
事です
prevent such things before they
それ
happen.
には
But
前
for
原
that,
さんの協
we need
力
your
が不可
cooperation,
欠です
Marabada-san. I looked out the open door to see none other than my own house right in front of me. He freaked me out that he knew my name and address, but I was sleepy right now. Too sleepy.
今日はもう
It's too
眠い
sleepy
で
to
も
get.
う
We're
3
probably
時にな
tired.
ります
It's
から
already
ね
3 in the morning. God.
どうぞごゆっくり
Please do
はい
yourself a good
では
rest. Yes,
失
I'll
礼
be
し
going
ま
now.
す
When I was about to get off the truck, as if to deliver a parting blow, Wish-san said in a raised
私
voice, I'll be
前
coming by
原さ
every
ん
day
が
until
話
you
す気
feel
に
what
取り
I'm
調べ
talking
し
about.
て自
Oh
白
my
を強
god.
要っての
I don't feel like forcing you to
もう時代
confess
じゃ
in
ない
an
と思います
interrogation room is really in fashion these days. Damn. Couldn't say anything in response, but me slamming the door shut promptly served the same purpose. Probably even. After Lolly beeping the horn, Wish-san's truck drove off. I went to the front door without waving goodbye. The door was locked, but the chain wasn't out. I unlocked the door and entered. Then walked over to the staircase. God, so it's that easy just to break into somebody's house. Oh my, well, their house. God. I mean, I know nobody's going to do it because of how quiet the village it is, how quiet of a village it is, but like, my god, if you wanted to, you could. And then we'll go to the staircase. That was where I lost consciousness. Oh my god, I was expecting something fucking terrifying there. Whew. God. What a chapter. That's just fucking terrifying. Of course, I am reading on. Empty-handed. What is that? Oh, that's the miso soup. Right, this will probably be the last day I'll be able to play today. Let's have a little break, why not? Here we go. Continue. So he's just lost consciousness. Fuck, that is not a way to go to bed. I saw a ceiling I was familiar with. Though I was groggy from sleep, I did notice that I was in my hood on like every morning. I looked at my clock, and despite having turned in late last night, I had woken up precisely the same moment I always did. I'm so low on sleep, but I guess you really can get up at the same time every day. The secrets of the human body never cease to amaze me. Oh God, who doesn't it? Amaze. If I went back to sleep like this, I would definitely not be waking up again. I spurred myself on and slipped out of my hood on. Mum asked me about last night about breakfast. Apparently we two had gone on a call asking if we knew where Rika-chan and Satoko were. And Mum vaguely understood that something serious was happening. So then we were out last night with all of your friends looking for them
3時くらいまでか
until
な。
about 3 I think.
結
Yeah.
局見
Did
つ
you
かっ
find
そ
them?
のリカちゃ
Rika-chan
ん
and
と
Satoko
さとこちゃ
chan
ん
I
は
mean. Crunch, I really read him to my toast. He really didn't have any taste. Interesting. Chang Ding Dong. We heard. I looked up at the clock when I saw and saw that it was about 5 minutes past my regular meeting time for dinner. It was her at the door.
おはよ
Hello.
う。少しは眠れたかな。
Did you get any sleep?
何時間寝れた？多分
I think it's
鶏の足でも数えられるくらいだと思う。
Then one of chicken's toast though. And I seemed pretty sleep deprived as well. There was something missing from my usual spirit. Are you going to school today?
うん。その方が
Yeah, I
ね、
think it would be better that
き
way.
っといいと思うの。
She said, smiling, albeit stiffly. We don't always probably worrying her heart out about those two as well. Even though she
今日をお休みしたら、
would go to school.
きっとケイ
If we
チ
stay
君は
home together, I think we'd be
病んで
worrying
病
and
んで
stop and sleeping.
私、
I don't know
だから
how. So let's go to
わ
school.
かった
together.
ちょっと待ってて
Alright, just
すぐ
wait
支
a
度する
moment,
から
I'll get ready. I was just a little bit happy about it. I'm mustering that much consideration for me. We went to the place where we usually meet up with Myeon, but she was nowhere to be found. Oh shit, we were a little bit late today, so we thought she'd be waiting for us.
みーちゃん、
I guess Mieon
さ
said
すがに今日は
couldn't
起きら
wake
れ
up
ない。
today.
あ、あいつに
Oh,
とっ
that's
て
right,
は
for
昨日だ
her.
一
Wasn't
昨日
just
の晩
yesterday.
も
She was up
村長さんを
all
探し
night
て
looking for the
徹夜
mayor
してるん
last
だよ
night.
な。
Night before last too. We waited for a bit. Time passed until we got to the point where it was okay for us to go on a line and
どうする？
exchange
もう少し
classes.
待つ
What
か。
should we do? Wait a little longer? At that point, my brain, which had finally been woken up in the morning air, recalled the ominous words which San had left me with last night. The leaders of the three families were disappearing one after the other, and next to me was Sonozaki's leader. No, it can't be though. There's only one set of disappearances a night, isn't there? Could we on a bin? No way.
行こう。今
Let's
日は
go.
寝かせておいてあ
Let's
げよ
let
う
her
よ。
sleep for today. And then I gave me a pat on the
ミ
back.
オン、
Myeon, she's still here,
本当
right?
にいるよな。
何か言ったか
Did
な。
you say something? Oh,
いや、
nothing. Just
独り
talking
言
to
行こ
myself.
うぜ。
Let's get more information. The two of us headed to school by ourselves. On the way, we saw a bunch of my classmates accompanied by their parents. It even looked like some of them were being taken to school by car. Surprisingly, the principal was also standing watch at the school gate. I'd never seen that before.
おはようご
Good
ざいます
morning. Good morning. The principal was going inbound to our classmates' guardians. The wooden sword lady next to him was a little one.
前原君、
Maebara-kun, good
Ryugu-kun,
morning. Ryugu-kun, good
Ohayo.
morning.
先生から大切なお話があ
You'll
るか
teach
ら
us something important
Sugu
to say,
ni
so head
ii ka
straight to the classroom, alright? And I said nothing. The manners that only existed at night had finally cooled out into the sunlight. That's what it felt like. Could you imagine if like Rika and Satoko were just right in class or something
おはようご
ridiculous?
ざいます。
Good morning everyone. The hush conversations that had been spreading out for a while now all disappeared like an illusion. The moment our teacher walked into the door, silence dominated the classroom. The principal came in before our teacher as well. It was clearly not a normal morning.
まず、
First of
校
all, the
長先生
principal
から
has
大切なお話があります。
important
校
to
長
tell
先生、
everyone.
どうぞ。
Go ahead, Mr. Principal. The principal cleared his throat and approached
もう
the
知っ
dice.
ている生徒もおるだろう
Dice. Don't know what that is. I'm sure some of you already know this. The classroom was dead silent. Everyone was staring at Rika-chan and Satoko's empty seat. The principal blatantly and simply declared that Rika-chan and Satoko had gone missing. There wasn't a single person in the classroom that didn't already know. There seemed to be many, however, who couldn't accept it as the truth. It had been confirmed that to them now by the principal's words. There was hopes around the classroom. I heard a kid crying. It steadily spread throughout the whole room. The big-hearted principal wasn't able to keep his cool either.
はい、皆さん今日から当分の間、登下校保護者の方の都合がつきにくい生徒は集団での登下プリントを作りましたので、よく読み保護者の方にいいですね。
Dizzy's voice was a little bit abrasive. Not even she could conceal the strain she felt from this unprecedented, abnormal situation. They should have just cancelled school today. However, Elena told me that the school was also like a nursery for the students whose parents both worked, so some of them wouldn't want school to be cancelled.
では授業委員
Well
長
then, let's begin the lesson. Class president.
では
She's
日
absent.
号令
What? She's absent? Who's everyone? Whoever is on day duty in the hearing. Alright, that feeling of wanting to maintain an everyday atmosphere, even if school, precisely because our lives have been messed up, or something like it. Agree with at this point. Because Mion's absent. That's really interesting. Oh god, I hope nothing's happened to her. I mean, I don't know what would have been happened to her. I think a disappearance is definitely something I'm personally going to rule that out, but I'm not entirely sure. What I rule out maybe not be, may not be necessarily the most correct thing. As for the teacher who always had her lunch in the staff lounge, she ain't in the classroom today. I had to laugh at her curry bundle, which was just a rumour until now, but there was nobody to laugh with me. Then I brought her chair and lunch over to my seat. Today it was only the two of us. The fact that we didn't need to drag Emily over this was sad. God, that must have been weird.
まあ
I'm
でも
sleepy. Yeah, I
も
don't
う
feel
そんな
like
に
sleeping
気に
anymore
む
though.
しろ今
In
寝れ
fact,
る
I'm
くらいの
jealous
図
of the
太い
people
神
that
経
can
が
sleep
羨ま
on
し
a
い
time like this. They've got nerves of steel.
そうかも
You're
ね
right. I was sleeping this morning, but my drowsiness was dissipated after coming to school and constantly feeling incredible tension. Then I spent on Wax didn't have its usual luster. That was to be expected. And then I was up for a long time last night too. She wouldn't have the time to make her lunch beforehand, so it's not like she would have gotten up this
遠慮な
early
く
this
今
morning.
日は素直に俺の弁当の方が立派なのを認めろ
My bento was better today.
じゃあ遠慮なくいた
Okay, then I have some.
しそチーズのちくわ巻きなんて面白いな
It's interesting. What is a chikuwa? I'm interested. Oh, it's a fish cake. Chikuwa. Wow. Oh my god. That looks so good. Jesus. I so wish I could try that.
It レナのだって
It
今日のはレトルト
was
だろうけど
my
なかなかうまいぞ
it was pretty good too. I realised the two of us were desperately trying to brighten the afternoon mood to its usual level. As much as we could, I looked around the classroom and it seemed like we were the only ones who were trying to do so, surrounded as we were by gloominess.
こうして二人だけで
Just
お
the two
弁
of
当
us
つ
sharing
付き
our
合っ
lunches
て
like
ると
this is sort of, well,
なんだか
sort of
その
something.
なんだかだよね
Laughter grew quieter. I was the first one to mess
ごめん
up.
その
Sorry, I mean, well, I'm sorry.
悪かった
う
No,
いいよ
it's okay.
ん仕方ないよ
It's not your fault. Job's supposed to stop moving. We couldn't keep it up anymore.
リカちゃんとサトコ
Because I was Sadoko. I wonder
どこ
where
に
they
行ったん
went.
だろうな
This was what was sounded too miserable. Everybody was thinking about it and using roundabout ways to address the topic, but I came out right out and said it. I heard enough to catch their breath.
昨日ね
Yesterday,
ケイチ君
while
が
we
い
were
なく
gone,
な
I
ってる
heard a bunch of
間に
things, so I'll tell you what I know
ゆうべ
again.
はすまなかっ
Sorry
た頼む
about last night again. Go ahead. At that time, since they had arrived for support, Elena was helping the ladies' society cook the miso soup we'd had. They'd reported all the information of the villagers had gathered, and then I said she
でも
overheard it.
学校が
They
終わって
didn't
か
know
ら
anything
家
in
に帰っ
Bezano,
て
did they?
2人で自転車に乗ってどこかへ行ったらしいということ以外
Higurashi
は
apparently went
全く
somewhere on their bikes, but other than that, Neon had told me yesterday we have no clues.
警察の人も
Police
家に帰ってからすぐに自転車で遊びに行ったんだろうって言って
play somewhere as soon as they got
家
home.
に帰ってから
If they
す
were
ぐに
going
自
out
転
to
車
lesson
で遊
on
び
their
に行く
bikes
ところ
prior
と
to
言った
getting
ら
home, they
街
might
か
have
だから
gone somewhere into town.
沖宮の町でいなくなったんじゃないかって結論になって警察は明るくなってか
The
ら
police were saying
捜査範囲を
they
沖
were
宮
going
に
to
も
expand
広げるって
searching
言っ
Okinawa
てた
in the morning. In town, it makes sense why we couldn't find them even though we searched all of Inami's island. Still, something didn't fit. I had no basis for thinking that, just a gut feeling. No, I suppose. Oh, Shika. I revealed something to Rika-chan that was very important to her that day. Then Rika-chan had told me to leave it to her, and then, what did she say? Alright, if she didn't work out, then something bad might happen to the dog too, I think. It's weird. With all the dog and dogs and cats, I still didn't have the faintest idea of what she really meant, but it might have been Rika-chan's way of saying that this was a race against time. Damn it, I selfishly put my anxiety on Rika-chan and tried to run away. When I thought about it, I shouldn't have run back then. I should have asked her more about the dogs and cats. The more I think about it, the more I really screwed up. Anyway, I don't think Rika-chan was in a situation where she would just go off to play somewhere. Of course, I didn't have any evidence or conviction to base that on. It was just by a hunch.
町なんかに
I don't
行くわ
see
け
she
ケイ
comes
チ
into
君も
town.
そう思うレナもそう
You
思う
think
よ
so, Kate?
リカちゃんもサトコちゃん
Rika-chan
も
and Sadako
ひなみ
must
沢
have
でいなく
disappeared
なったに
in Ina's
違いないの
I looked back at her, I was startled. I could hear the conviction in those words. Without replying to my gaze, she took the window box and went to the hallway.
お弁当箱を洗ってく
I'm
る
going
ね
to miss this out. She timed that in a way that broke off the conversation. Suddenly I got the feeling that the next thing she had to say would be hard to say aloud in the classroom. I hurriedly grabbed my window box and followed her. Then I didn't go to the kitchen but rather to the water fountain out back, where students seldom went. The water flowed down onto our window boxes, and during that time I didn't say a word. Then after making sure that there was no other students around, she finally opened her mouth to speak.
リカちゃんとサトコ
Then
ちゃん
the
が
whole thing about
街
it
に
how
遊びに
Sadako-chan
行ってい
going
な
to
くなった
town
なんて
and play and then disappearing.
なんだか腑に
That
落ちな
doesn't
く
make
て
any sense for some reason, so I decided to
私なり
investigate a little bit myself.
何
Who did you ask? What did you ask them
婦
about?
人会のおば
I
昨
asked
日
the
のお
ladies
味噌
society
汁
about all kind of things.
お豆腐がい
There
っ
was
ぱ
a
い
lot
入っ
of
てた
talk
で
in
しょ
miso soup
富田
yesterday, I
豆腐
remember.
店のおばあ
The
ちゃん
old
も
lady
来て
from
た
the
の
Tomitato fish shop came too. Tomitato fish shop? Oh, I remember. That was one of the stores on the road leading to the hospital. The huge nozzle door dancing into the bathhouse like sister and always looked nice and refreshing.
おばあちゃんね昨日学校の帰り道にサトコちゃんがお店に寄ってお豆腐を買っていったのを覚えてたの
Her way home from school? That's odd. Maybe they actually got to their house and then they disappeared then. Because they were clearly going back.
学校の帰り道それが
Well, it's
何か
on the
手
way
がかり
home,
になる
right?
のか
How's that a clue?
いいから聞いて
Just listen.
リカちゃんの家
Do
に
you
行った
remember
時
when
の
we
こ
went to Rika
と
Chan's
覚えてる
house?
かな
And then I stepped away from the sinks and spread our arms wide to recreate the space of Rika Chan's room.
ガス台にお鍋
There
が
was
か
a
けて
pot
あ
on
っ
a
て
gas cooker.
その中にはお豆
I
腐
think
が
there was probably half
多
of it
分残り
inside.
の半分は
The rest of it
冷
was in
蔵
the
庫の中に
refrigerator.
冷ややっこにするつもりだったん
They
だ
must have
ね
been planning on making their tea
お
with
皿
toffee.
に開けてラップがかけてあった
It was on a plate in a plastic wrap. As I don't know how to explain, she walked around as if she was really going to Rika Chan's room. God.
でもレナ
Still don't know why he
それ
was
が何
messing.
だって
ケイチ君お味噌汁のお豆
When
腐
he
っ
made
て
miso soup, he
本当
picked
に
the
最後
toffee
つ
in
まり
last.
お料理してたリカちゃんかもしくはサトコちゃんはお夕
This
飯
means
の
that
時間の
Rika
直
Chan
前
or
まで
Satoko-chan,
あそこ
whoever
に
was
立って
cooking,
料理をしてい
was
たことに
standing
な
there
るの
making it right until before dinner time.
夕食の時間の
Right up until
直
dinner
前
time.
まで
That's weird. Wasn't everybody saying that their bikes weren't around, so they must have gone somewhere to play by themselves? That is really weird.
三角コーナ
The
ーの
dress
ゴ
in the
ミを見た
countertop
ら
bin was put
す
there
ごく不吉とな
really
食
awkwardly
事やお
as
弁
well.
当は
Rika-chan
ほとんど
makes
リカ
most
ちゃ
of
ん
her
が
food
作って
in
るん
their
だけ
food and
ど
lunches, but occasionally
たまに
Satoko
ね
does
だ
it
から
too.
その晩は
So Satoko-chan was
そ
cooking
れって
at night.
つまり
So that means
さとこ
that
に関して
Satoko
は
at least didn't go
遊び
somewhere
に
to
行か
play.
ず夕食の準備を
She
して
was
た。
preparing
それ
dinner.
で私
Yeah.
炊飯釜も見てた。炊飯釜には
Rice cooker and
2
there
人分
was
のご飯
rice
が
for
炊け
two
て
still in
って
there.
ことは
So she made dinner for
二
both
人
of
分の
them
夕飯は
and
作っ
yet
たけど
none of them
そう
ever
いう
ate
こと
it.
か。
Is that it?
それで次に冷蔵
So
庫の
let's
蓋
look
を
in
し
the
たら
fridge. There was some
残り
chocolate
半分のお豆腐で作っ
made
た
from
冷ややっこ
other
が
half of
それ
the
だけじゃ
day
ない。
That's
お
not
夕飯
full
用に作っ
either.
たおかずも何皿かあって
There were a whole
それ
bunch
ら
of
には
plates
み
with
んなラッ
side
プが
dishes
され
for
てい
dinner
た。
and all of them were in plastic wrap. That's weird. I mean, I don't know. Usually plastic wrap things so you can have leftovers for the next day. My mum does it all the time too, using them in breakfast or lunch.
そうラップって
That's right.
食べ
You
残
use
しとかを
plastic
取
wrap
っておくために
to
するも
save
のだよね。
leftovers for
冷
later.
蔵庫に
So
入れ
the
たとい
fact
うこ
that
と
they were
は
in the fridge means
少なく
they
とも
didn't
その
plan
晩の
on
うちに
using
は
them
食べ
that
ない
night
つもりだ
at
った。
least.
そうい
Is
う
that
こと
what
に
it
なるの
means?
か。
ケイチ君もっと
Keitsuki,
よく考
think a
え
little
お夕
harder.
飯を
The dinner was
全く
totally
手つけ
untouched
ず
and
で
wrapped up.
ラップどういうことだと思う
What do you think that means?
じゃあ
That means they didn't
夕食を食べる必要
need
が
to eat
外食
them
とか
anymore, so they
出
would
前
have
とかで
gone out to eat
それも
or
突然に
takeout.
ね
They must have been really
前
sudden
もって
too.
決まっていた
If
ら
they had
お料理
decided to
なん
do
か
that
しない。
beforehand, they wouldn't have made
そ
anything.
して
But there was
お
the
夕
dinner
食
for
は
the two of
2
them.
つまりさとこちゃんは2人で食事ができると
Weird.
本当に直前ま
That
で
means
そう
that
思っ
when
て
Satoko-chan
料
was
理を
making
して
the
いたと
dinner,
いう
they
ことなの。
really thought they were going to eat it until right before they didn't.
じゃあ
So
二
then
人で
the theory
遊びに
about
行っ
the
てい
two
な
of
くな
them
ったとい
going
うの
out
は
to play then
間違いじゃない
and
か。
disappearing is wrong.
そうつまり
Yeah,
い
it
な
is
く
a
なっ
bit
たのは
after
お夕飯ができて
making
夕
dinner
食に至るまで
right
多
before
分
they ate it.
そんな時間に
Probably around 7
食事
o'clock.
もせずに二人
Why
は
would they
ど
have
こへ
gone
行っ
at
た
a
んだ。
time like that by themselves without eating?
当然
It's
そこに
just
行き着くよ
weird.
ね。
That's obviously
ケイ
where
チ
this is
君
leading.
覚え
Keitsuki, do you
折りたたみ
remember?
机が置
On
い
the
てあっ
photo
て
table there was
そ
something
の
like
上に
soy sauce
お
and
醤油
chopstick
や箸立て
holder.
なんかが置いてあったのを
That might have been something like that. I don't remember.
お醤油の小瓶
The
で
container of the
空
soy
もう一
sauce
滴も
it
入ってな
was
かった。
empty. There wasn't
こ
a
れじゃあ
drop
冷ややっ
left.
こは美味し
Jill
く
thought
ない
he
よね。
wouldn't taste good
だ
without
から
it.
私
So I lit that
流
in
し
the
の
sink
下に
for
あ
the
る
larger bottle
醤
of
油
soy
の
sauce
よ
that
く
they
そんな
had.
ところにあるって
You
知っ
sure
てる
know a
な。
lot about where they keep stuff?
私もリカちゃんの家に行って
Rika-chan's house
お
and
料理
cooked
した
for
こ
them
とあったか
before.
ら。
Oh, then I glared her throat. Her face returned into a serious
で
expression.
ね
Then when I opened
流
the
しの
cabinet,
下を
the
開け
big
て
bottle
み
of
たら
soy sauce wasn't there
醤
at
油
all.
の大瓶がない。
It wasn't there. What does that
どうい
mean?
う意味になるんだ。
ここから先は全部
Everything I'm
レナ
gonna
の
say
想像だからね。
from here on is just
だ
Lena's
から最
idea.
後まで
So please listen to the end
口を
without
挟ま
saying
ずに聞い
anything.
ていてね。
Last night, Satoko was making dinner like normal. Rika-chan usually watched TV until the food was ready, so she was probably lying down muttering a variety show or something. Satoko put the tohi in the miso soup, and right when dinner was about to be ready, she noticed that they were out of soy sauce. So Rika-chan, who had nothing to do, brought the big bottle of soy sauce to a neighbour's house to borrow theirs. Ah.
俺ご近所付き合いってよくわからないんだが、
Would people be willing just to give
醤
us
油
soy
なんかっ
sauce?
て
うん
Yeah, it's not
ひ
really
なみ
that
沢では
uncommon
そんなに
here in
珍しいこ
Higurashi.
とじゃないよ。
So Rika-chan rode her bike out to get some soy sauce. No matter how long Satoko-chan waited though, Rika-chan didn't come back. So then Satoko-chan called her. That was where Rika-chan was going. Would Rika happen to be imposing on you? Something like that? Then the other person must have been replied with
う
something
ちに
like this.
食事の用
We
意
are
があ
putting
る
up
から
food.
さとこちゃん
We
も
are
いらっ
planning
し
a
ゃい。
food here, so you should come to Satoko-chan.
リカちゃんはもう食べてる
Rika-chan
よ
was
きっ
already
と
eating.
そんな
I
感じ
think
で呼び
that's
出した
how
ん
they
だと
called her
思
out
う。
there. Hmm. Satoko called Rika a few names in private and wrapped up the dinner she had made for them. She put it in the fridge so she couldn't use it for breakfast or lunch the next day. Then Satoko got on her bike to and lived in the house where Rika-chan was. And then, yeah.
でも
Okay, but this
すで
is
に
already
こ
pretty
食事
strange.
って
You
ね
don't normally make so
突
much
然やって
food
き
that
た
you
人
can
に
just
振
give
る
it
舞え
to
る
the
ほど
people who
多めに
suddenly
作るもの
arrived
じゃ
in your
ないんだよ。
house. A veteran housewife would never normally make so much food that she could feed two
たま
extra
たま
people.
偶然作り
It
すぎた
could
こ
have
とだ
just
って
been like coincidence.
考えられるだろう。
それでも
It's still
絶対に考
unthinkable.
えられない。
Then a
だっ
frankly,
てリカちゃんは
flatly designed
さとこちゃんが頑張って作ったお夕飯
We've
が
seen
もうで
Rika
きてる
Tom
ことを
Sato
知ってるんだ
who
よ。
worked really hard to make dinner for them, didn't she? Yeah, that is weird.
どんなにお夕
And
飯を
when I
勧
woke
め
up
ら
on
れ
the
た
food
って
she was offered,
さ
she
とこちゃん
wouldn't
の
let
お夕
Sadako
飯を無駄に
just
するような
go
こと
to
をす
waste.
るわけがない。
There's also only circumstantial evidence and the lost guesswork, even though it was extremely convincing, all of it. It was the only way of how we'd been able to suffer this situation.
じゃあリカちゃんは
Where did Rika Chan
ど
go
こへ
to get
醤油を
soy
もらいに行っ
sauce?
たんだ。
That was the heart of it. It would have been somewhere she would comfortable with asking for soy sauce, and somewhere Satoko wouldn't think of it as suspicious that she'd been invited for dinner. So who was it? Then Ash slowly shook her head.
レナの推理はここまで。
That's all for Lena's
あく
guesses.
までも想像だから
These
ね。
are just
警
ideas,
察の
okay?
人とか
Keep
に
them
は
a secret from the police.
隠すことはない。
What is
仮
there
に
to
半
hide?
分しか合っ
Even
てない
if
として
only
も
half of what you say is
きっ
right,
と
it
ヒン
should
ト
be
に
a
はなる
good
と思
clue
うぞ。
for all of this.
ケイチ君、これっ
Kids
て
bin. This means that
ひな
we're
み沢の
expecting
日
somebody
確
from
信もないのに
Higurashi. We can't
村の
suspect
人を
anyone
疑
without a
え
really
ない。
good reason. I saw a few guys coming over to the rooms of their bento boxes. And I got the conversation short there and returned to the classroom. I stayed there alone, my body bathed in the lively voices of the cicadas. I think about it like this, in my own way. Then I had any information to go on, and actually reasoned out that much. So there should be something that only I, who knew far more than I did, could deduce. Which side said at the start? I said this last note too, but the incident was definitely occurring within Hina's eye. And I might not have wanted to believe it, but it's basically a given that the culprit is somewhere from the village. The sort of where everything was among the four of us, trespassing and and saw us. Somebody saw us going in there. The culprit's bringing the doing was a crime punishable without a death. So that night, Tomitaka-san and Tokono-san was sacrificed. There were two left, Sion and myself. However, more the culprits, more the fans of Sion and me, there were after the man who to whom Sion had confessed her sin. Next it went out to Rika-chan, to whom I confessed my sin. Then what about Satoko? Just a stray bullet? By itself, Rika-chan being sacrificed after what I told her. Everything was mortified. Was Satoko who was sacrificed for no reason, wasn't that the more regrettable? Everything was my fault. Who would be the next to disappear? Would it be Sion and me next time? Why weren't the culprits going for Sion and me right away though? If they had enough power to raise the mirror and Rika-chan, why not just get rid of Sion and me? If we went for us, well, I wouldn't like it, but I could still tolerate it. What I couldn't forgive was them getting rid of those we confessed to. Now that I think of it, yesterday Sion said something alarming. She felt like somebody was watching her. So then, was somebody watching me as well? Strange, no, I haven't felt anything like that until now. Even though I'm at the root cause of everything, I never once had that impression. That's weird. Maybe that was simply because Sion was more cautious than me and I was careless. That's another story though, let's get back on track. Why weren't the culprits going after Sion and me? I felt like that's what the key was. That's where the key to this day. Could it be? Was I making a big assumption that I shouldn't have been? Thought, but I couldn't come up with an answer. The only one thing I'd understood was that I was a concerned party to this case, and that I had a duty to watch over it until everything got resolved. Nothing can be resolved though, people have already died. As opposed to deaths can stop. I heard the ring of the bell with the glow at the end of lunch break. Would somebody else disappear tonight? If nobody else did, then I wanted them to get rid of me tonight for sure. Oh God, and to put all of this. Sion's hysterical voice on the phone last night came to mind. They plan to murder those close to us first and make us as miserable as possible, and then only then they would kill us. Maebara-kun,
教室に戻りなさい。
go to the classroom as a principal to Jing. I returned to the classroom, which was quite as the streets this night. There were little parents picking up big children after school. It was just like a kindergarten. The students whose parents didn't come up went home as a group. We left school with everyone else, following the assigned route. Even while leaving, nobody said anything funny. They all looked at us as mountaineers, silently marching over the mountains. As we went, one left, and then another, and then in the end it was just Nana and I. I was just way to his school, and then all the way to her house, but she
本当にいい
declined.
のか
Will you be
一人
alright?
じゃ不用
Sounds
心だぞ
like to go alone.
レナを送
It
った
would be
後
as
一人で帰
it would
る
be
圭
just
一
the
君
same
だっ
as
て
for you to go home by
同
yourself
じ
after
くらい
bringing
不
me
用
back
心だ
to school.
まだ明るいんだも
It's
の
still no,
大丈夫
anyway,
そう
it'll be
か
fine.
じゃあ気をつけて
Then
な
be careful, okay?
あれ
Yeah.
あれ警察の人じゃないかな
Wait, what? Then I pointed towards my house. Oh god, it's Oishi. And there was a car stopped in front of it. From that car came out Oishi-san. He must have been waiting for my return to ambush me. Yeah, I thought so. Oishi-san started walking over wearing that annoying grin.
レナはもう行きな
No, you
あいつ
should
に
go.
絡ま
If
れ
you
る
get
と
involved
長
with
い
him, you'll be here for hours.
でも
But what the
どう
police
して
gonna
警
do
察の
with you?
人が圭一君に用があるんだろう
No.
だろう
Shit. Oh god. Nana's a good person. Even when I made a fuss out of Higurashi disappearance, she never asked me why I did. She could have been suspecting me ever since then, and that would have been okay. Even so, she still hasn't asked me anything. She didn't try to pressure me into
俺は
revealing
犯
the
人じ
truth.
ゃない
I'm not the culprit.
そんなの知って
I know
でも
that. That's it. I
事件
can't
に
say I'm totally uninvolved with
何
this
の関わ
incident.
りもないとは言い切れない
Oh boy. Yo, welcome, bro. How's it going? Yeah, we're just doing, you know, the visual novel, usual things. And I simply listened, smiling like she always did. Even though I had insinuated that I was related to this incident, she didn't look at me as though she were wearing some, as though she were looking at something
今度
dirty.
は話
I'll
す
tell you next time. Oh God, will he? Ooh. I really wonder what her reaction is going to be when she actually
待
finds
ってる
out.
ね
じゃあ
Okay,
早
I'm
く行き
looking
な
forward to it. Get going then. Then I gave me the slightest moment and trotted away, leaving me alone with Voice-san.
どうもどう
He
も
walked over. He's obviously screwed. Ah, that's good to hear. Hello, hello.
おかえりなさ
Welcome
い
home,
ご
my
家
Valasa.
族は
Hello, this
お
old
好
man
き
is out
に
there.
早
My
く
man
待
was
って
in
いたん
his
で
spot.
すよ
He came all the way to my house. I can only thank my good fortune that my parents were absent. Since neither of them were around at this hour, they will probably be back late.
親父の仕事の関係で帰りは遅いと思いますよ
I don't think he'll be back until later.
そうそれはそれはこう親御さんに変な思いをさせずに済みます
Yes. Wilson pulled pushed my back, prompted me to walk. It seemed like he wanted me to get in the car.
警察に連行す
They
る
would
んで
take
す
me
か
to the police station. I wasn't the culprit, but I was the cause of everything. It wouldn't be weird if he wanted to investigate me. That kind of gave me a resigned feeling.
あいえいえ
No, no,
立ち話もなんですか
I just
ら
don't want to stand around talking.
車
We
の
can do it
中
in
で
the
お
car.
話ししようってな
So,
さあさ
Come
あ
on,
どうぞ
don't
どう
be
ぞ
shy. He opened the back door and urged me inside. If I got in, I wouldn't have a very easy time getting out. If as I know, however, this man really might try and handcuff me and take me away. Well, it depends what it is, really. I don't have that, actually. I can refuse, I can only accept it in good grace. The inside of the car had been cooled too much by the air conditioner, and there was a rusty smell coming from the filter, which must have been cleaned only
はいや
rarely.
切りましょうか
Oh, is it too cold? I'll turn the car off. No way! That feeling when the car's air conditioning is too cold. That's sad. He turned off the engine and it suddenly became quiet, and the voices of the Higurashi, with all of their cool loneliness, stuck inside. Quack, 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 quack. It sounded to me like a chorus of voices lamenting my exorbitant punishment for having harboured such a foolish curiosity. For a few moments while listening to those voices, I must have the days that have been twisted and distorted since our last night. Voice-san, as if waiting for me to voluntarily begin talking, led us to go out and lifted into the Higurashi. The silence became deafening, and I was the only one And I was the one who folded
捜
first.
査の方
How
は
is the investigation
捜
going?
査
The
何度
investigation? Of
最
what?
近はいっ
There
ぱい
is
あり
so
す
many.
ぎ
What do
て
you mean?
全部です
いいですよ
Well,
本当は
well,
報道
maybe
管制
officially
の敷かれた
secret
秘密
investigations
捜査
and
なんです
under
が
a media blackout.
あな
I'll let you
じ
in
ゃ
on them. That
最
she
初の
stole
事件からいき
from
ま
the
す
first incident. Three deaths of Tomidaka-san and Takano-san and the
こっちは
Wataganashi.
お恥ずかし
On
い
this
かな
one,
さっぱり進展なしです
we haven't made
ま
any
ずは
progress at all.
富武
First
集
of all,
団で暴行を
Tomidaka-san,
受け
there
た
are
形
indications
跡はあ
that
る
this
の
body
ですが
was assaulted by a
自
full
分の
group
喉を
of
か
people
き破
who
る
have
な
no
んて
explanation
異常
for
な
them
死に方の
pouring
説
out
明
his
が
own
つかない
throat
ん
in
です
time. Yeah, that is weird. I think it's even weirder that a full group of people can do it and yet, firstly, no trace, and secondly, like, I just don't know. How would, I don't know, for example, something of that severity not have any, for example, attention in the public eye? I mean, if you saw somebody doing that in public, I think it'd be a little bit apparent. It's weird. I can just paste a link if you want to.
何らかの薬物中毒を疑っているんですが 検出はされませんでした
something, but we didn't detect
高野
anything.
さんは
What about
同
Takano-san?
じくさっ
The
ぱり
same,
で
we're in the
す
dark.
焼死死体は検視が非常
Those who abandoned
に
them
困難
were
で
real
首
tough.
を絞められた後に
We believe she
ガ
was
ソリンを
dosing
かけられ
gasoline
たんじゃ
on
ないか
Tasha.
と見ています
Fucking hell.
管轄がお隣
Carl
の
falls
県警
under
さん
the
でね
Neighbouring Prefecture's police
あちら
department.
さん自分たちの
Yeah,
縄
we
張
were
りの
very
事件だからって
cooperative, even though we
お
acted on
っ
our
とこれ
territory.
は関係ない
Oh,
話
that's
で
not
す
really
ね
relevant, no. Sorry, the police didn't know anything other than the fact that the victims had died
です
inexplicably.
が犯行時間はおおむ
Nonetheless,
ね
the times when the victim,
お祭りが
when
終わ
the
った
incidents
直後だ
occurred
ろう
and
と見てい
generally
ます
placed right after the festival
高野
ended.
さんの方は
It's
ち
a
ょっ
bit
とあやふや
unsettling
で
in
すが
Takano-san's case, but
富武
the
さんと
likely
ほ
prospect
ぼ同
is
じ
that
時
she
刻に
was
殺害
murdered
され
at
山
the
中
same
に
time
遺
as
棄された
Tommy
と考えるのが
Then
妥当でしょ
dumped
う
into the
どうして
mountains.
わざわざ遠くの
Why
山
taking
ま
the
で
dead body all
した
the way
富
to the
武さんも
mountains?
同
Does
じ
he
よう
just
に
have
遠くへ運べばよかったの
Tommy
に
Duggar-san out there too?
ありゃ前原さんあなたなかなかどうして鋭いですね
But he has a good point though, like, why?
もちろん私もそこは注目すべき点だと思っていますよ
That is something we need to be
他
attentive
に
of.
もいくつか不審点はありますが
Suspicious things,
まあ
but this
現
is
時
all I
点
can
で
tell
お
you
話
at
で
this
村
point.
長さんの方
How
は
about the
何
mayor?
か手がかり
How
はあ
about
り
the
ました
mayor,
か
please? Having exhausted that topic, I changed the subject, otherwise you might turn the conversation on
失
me.
踪された一日の足取りを調べ手がかりになるようなものは見つかりませんでしたが一応お話しし
I'll
ましょ
tell
う
you,
か
but I'll tell you about it anyway. Meikichiro Miyoshi. Apparently he was suffering from severe remorse.
古い生まれの方って非
People
常
who lived
に
a long
プライ
time
ドが
have
高い
an
んですよ
unusual amount
ね
of pride.
それで村長
So
さ
that
ん
mayor hadn't been
誰
telling
にも
anyone
内緒で獅
that
子
he was
骨市
going
内
to
に
a
ある大学病院の訪問科に通われてい
certain
たんです
university hospital in
失
Shishimane.
踪当日
On the day he disappeared,
村長さんは
we
診
went
察
for a
の予
checkup,
約
so
が取ってあっ
we
たん
went
で
out first
朝
thing in
一
the
で
morning.
出かけられました
Ever since I knew that big hospitals, like university hospitals, had a really long waiting line. Apparently people were getting line hours beforehand, even if they had an appointment.
診
Jesus
察その
Christ.
後病院内のレストランで軽食を
After
取ら
that, he
れ
had a nightmare
雑誌を
in
読
the
みながら
hospital
時間を
restaurant.
潰されま
Past
した
time reading
この
magazine.
辺りのこ
We
と
know
は
this because of a receipt
自
we
宅に
found.
あったお財布の中のレシートで分かってます
There was nothing suspicious at all about that.
その日は夕方から神社の集会場で会合それ
Of
で
the evening.
余裕を持って
He
お
was
帰り
supposed
に
to
なる
return
はず
home
だ
with
った
plenty
ん
of time
で
to
す
spare, but
が
while he was on the train coming
途
back, there was
中
an
電車で
accident.
人身事故があり
What?
どうもそれで足止めを食ってしまったらしく
And he only got back to
家
his
に
house
着い
right
たのは
before the
会合
meeting
の
was
時間
scheduled
ご家
to
族
start.
が
His
大
family
慌てで神社の集会場に出かけていく村長さんを目撃し
会合ってのは確
What
か
was the meaning about he
その
disappeared
会
on his
会
way
合
back
は
home,
御
right?
三家と町会の主要役員が集まってのものでした
The three members in the essential families and the essential members of the town assembly were at the meeting.
今年も起こってしまった連続開始事件の対応について協議したものと思われます
Again this year, so then on his way home. Oh, then on his way home, the old man who had treated Sion like his own daughter. He was a dependable person who would encourage Sion whether she felt pressured by anxiety, and yet Sion's painful voice struck right in the middle of the heart.
あれ
どうなさいまし
What's
た
the matter? I was taken aback by how strange my own voice sounded. Was it, or what was it that just surprised me? I squeezed my hands to drag back out what I only had realised for a split second. Remember my Wataganashi, you just realised something important. Oh, shit. The night of the Wataganashi, that was when everything started. That night, Takano-san and Tomitaka-san died. The next morning, word of the incident had spread throughout Inamizawa. They planned to talk about it during the evening meeting. The mayor, however, had an appointment at the hospital as planned, but without telling his family. You gotta check up at the hospital. Ate something. I love that they put Angel Mort there. And then there was an unexpected delay on his train ride back. When he returned, the meeting was already about to start. The mayor changed clothes, got on his bicycle in a hurry to the assembly hall shrine as fast as he could. But he didn't make it to the shrine. Interesting. From when he heard about the incident on the night of the Wataganashi until from when he showed up to the assembly hall, everything he was doing that day was done in secret. It's interesting. During that time, nobody found out that. He went to the hospital alone. He ate alone. And he got on the train alone. That all meant he had absolutely no contact with anyone else. He couldn't have even called him on the phone. Okay, but what does that matter? Keiichi. What does that matter? Keiichi. Oh. Keiichi, what should I do?
どうした話せよ
What's wrong? Tell me.
俺たちの間で
We're not getting secrets from each other, right? Oma Kimiyoshi, I told him everything.
打ち明けたんです。
I told Oma Kimiyoshi everything.
村長さんに
One night I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse.
最後に忍び込んだこと
Oh,
打ち明けたんです。
this is odd. So he knew that, and no, the meeting was already planned. I think it was before this happened, but maybe it could have been after. Like Sion made him knowledgeable about the topic. God, what would have happened if word got to everyone else though?
誰かにそれを見られて
Also, that someone saw us and was out to get us.
それで
What then? Oryang Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled and then told me that I was probably sorry about it. There was no way he'd leave me away. He was really smiling and told me to leave it to him. Sweat burst out on my body like bullets. They began one long strand and slid down from my forehead to my nose and fell. So then, what does it mean? Hey, my body getting them all playing down. When did she tell him? Sion said she learned out of the incident from a phone call her father had made that morning. The mayor had left the house in the first thing in the morning for his appointment at the hospital. He didn't tell anybody where he was going. Nobody knew about him going to the university hospital. Furthermore, his train ride back to his house was delayed by an accident. As soon as he got home, he rushed out to the assembly hall. Then the meeting of the assembly hall began and continued. It was dark out. Then everybody left. Nobody saw him until the meeting was over. He just disappeared. Which man? Oh, it sounded so confident.
前原さん、大丈夫です。やっぱり暑いならクーラー入れます。
The air conditioning, huh? Another part of me was messing with my thoughts, demanding that I didn't think any further than that. My head was pounding violently and the fluids packed inside it all began blended together until nothing made sense. It was just about to say that we had been smashed and murdered into the blink of an eye. No longer to make a return to the States. Mayabara-san, are you in there?
はい
Oh, yeah. We silent another cigarette. There was yet another cigarette butt placed in the ashtray. Was it displaying the passage of time? Had my thoughts been frozen over that long? I've been trying to tell you
お返し
everything I know.
に今度は前原さん
In
の
return,
話
feel
を
free to tell
聞
me
かせて
anything about Mayabara-san. My mind had become a giant oozing mess. My brain felt like it had been totally minced by the blades of a blender and I couldn't
ほ
think.
らほら、もし誤解があるようなら先に解いておきたいんですね。私は別に
I don't think it was
あなた
anything
が
or
犯
anything.
人だなんて思っちゃいない。あの晩あなたたち4人が西宮殿に忍び込んだことは知っています。
We saw game's best attempts at an adult smile. I know before you stuck in the
次の日
original
にはもう
storehouse
村
that
の知る人
everyone
は
in the
誰でも
village
知
heard
る
rumors
噂
about it
それ
the
自
next
体
day.
は
That in
不
itself
法
means
侵
we
入と
should
して問われるべ
take
き
care
こ
of
とです
taking
が
over trespassing
問
but
題
that
は
isn't the problem.
そこで
This
忍
was
び込ん
inside
だ
walls
人間が
inside
次
that made
々と
people
犠
be
牲
stuck
に
in
な
there.
るような
And there was
何も
sacrifices there.
なかった
There
です
wasn't any. Ooh. As soon as that, I regretted my confirming my presence there, but I knew it didn't matter
本当
anymore.
に
Was there
何
really nothing
だっ
in
て
there? I mean,
現に
everyone
こうして
went to
中に
see
入った
being
人たちが
sacrificed one
次
by
々
one, you
し
know.
かも
Even the mayor and the
扉の鍵を付け替えた村長やそれだけの事態を引き起こす何があの中にあったん
could
で
have
す
caused such terrible things to happen. I was far too tired of keeping quiet about this. Perhaps that was Oishi-san's goal all along. But again, that didn't matter
大
anymore.
昔に使った
There
拷
was a
問
lot
道
of
具
torture
が
devices that were used
そ
a
れ
long
を
time
高
ago.
野さんたち
I
と
looked around at them
本
with
当に
everyone.
それ
本当に
That was
口
ridiculous.
封じをさ
There
れ
was
るよう
nothing
な
terrible in there that
と
would
んで
make
もない
you keep
例えば
silent like a
覚
pile
醒
of
剤の山
psychoactive
とか
drugs. Ooh. What made
消
that
しの
work?
秘密工場
Maybe a
があった
secret
と
poppy
か
workshop?
あるいは
Perhaps there
ソ
were
連か
man
中
with
国あたりの
young
研究が
Chinese
山ほど
Americans
不
on
審
the
な木箱やコンテナが
suspicious wooden
山積
boxes
み
or
されてませんでしたか
containers packed in there. There was nothing as exaggerated as what Wish-san was hoping for, but I felt like in a way there were plenty of terrible things hidden there. From the perspective of someone who thought the storehouse was sacred, whether or not I thought I had seen some crazy things that didn't matter in the slightest. The four of us broke the taboo, punished us. That should have been what
あ
happened.
の西宮殿に何か秘密があるんじゃな
We
い
put
か
in
と
a
思っ
request
て
for a search
捜
warrant
査令
thinking
状
that
を
there
請
might have
求
been
したん
some
です
secrets
が
hidden in
ね
that storehouse.
もう
It's been
空
sabotaged
前
for
絶後
centuries.
の妨害工作があり
Oh
まして
god. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I don't know, it's really funny with the police because they, I don't know, with us we kind of believe that it could be a potentially spiritual and non-human entity just from the lights of which we've been sort of reflected at all of the information by. But it's funny with the police because they don't believe in none of it at all.
信仰の対象に対
They
する
said
侮
it would be
辱
an
であ
insult to
り
the religious figures
憲
and
法で
something
定め
about
た
the
信
right to
仰の自由
defy
をなんたらか
the
んた
free
ら
religion and the
いやもう
Constitution
だ
of
か
Jeez.
ら
That's why I
実
really
際
didn't
に
have
入
any
ったあ
other
な
reason.
たに聞くほかなかったんですよ
She went in
本
there.
当に
There really was just
古い
old rusty dots.
錆びて埃をかぶった拷問道具他に目立つものなんて
Nothing else stood out.
では
Then Tomitake-san on top of
富武さんたちが殺されたのは
having broken the
禁
taboo.
忌を破ったからという制裁だけなんですかね
Ah. Interesting.
もういちい
As
ち
well as
か
I
あな
wonder
た
that
だ
I'm
け
animal.
が
You're the
今日
only
ま
one
で
to
被害
escape
を
harm.
あなた以外は全員が消えたのにあなただけが無事なんです
Everybody but you was a pin, yet you were
あな
alive
たが
instead.
無事で
What's the
あ
difference
なた
between
以
you
外
and
が被
them
害に遭う
that would
どん
protect
な
you
違
but
い
bring
があ
harm
る
to
それが
others?
知りたいんで
That's
す
what I want to know. There was something wrong that Oishi-san was saying. You alone, you alone. What?
あ
Wait
な
a
た
second,
だ
what
け
do
が
you mean by you alone? I'm just saying. You
ですか
alone
ら
been left
あなた西宮殿に忍び込んだ小僧泥4人組の
for people who did which house for would you remember his name? The only one left alive? Hold on. Sion was
あの
still
晩に
Jiro Tomitake-san
富武二郎さんと高野美代さんが死に
Sion's
翌日園崎志音さんが失踪しました
Sion's on he
あ
disappeared
な
the
た
next day
だけが
and you were still safe from the
な
man
ぜ私はそれが知りたいと言ってるんです
That's what I want to know.
シオンが失踪したってそんなバカな
That's impossible. I know this is a rare voice, but I didn't care about that. Tomitake-san died, Tomitake-san Sion disappeared. When did she disappear? What is this guy's name? I went on, I thought he belonged to somewhere like this.
そんなのは
This is
初
the
めて
first time I've
シ
heard
オン
of
が
it.
失
Sion
踪した
disappeared.
遡ると
Okay,
Wataganashi の次の日に失踪していたことになります
What? But that was right after she phoned Casey. What? Going back a bit, stop saying stuff I don't
園
understand.
崎志音さんはその日の気分で親類の家を泊まり歩いたりしますので所在不明が当たり前なんですよ
Nobody got mad of not knowing where she was.
学校も気分一つでよく休みます先生も困り
The
果
teacher
て
was
て
in
まし
pretty
た
trouble
そ
by
んな
it.
ことは聞いてない
I didn't ask about any of that. I'm
い
asking
つ失踪
you
した
where
で
Sion
すから
disappeared. I told you it was the day after
綿流しの
the
次の
Wataganashi.
日です
Losing my body in all reverse direction. I lost my sense of balance and everything I could see started to warp and twist out of shape. I simply couldn't endure it. Hang on. Sion had already disappeared. Then that night, that call, that phone call, who was that? This is weird. She called me every night. She encouraged me. We vowed that we would do our best to live and not be erased. Yes, that should have been a phone call with Sion. Should have been a phone call with Sion. Should have been a phone call with Sion.
学校は
She
平気
did
で
best in
休
class,
む
there
し
was nothing in her
それを
family
自
wouldn't
宅に
listen
知ら
to
せても取り合っ
when
て
the
もらえ
school
ないか
told
ら
them, so
学校もいちいち電話しない
the message don't bother
そん
bothering
な
them
こんなで
so I ended up doing
彼女が失踪したことに気づくのにだいぶ時間が
I
かか
felt
っ
like
たん
stabbing
です
pain
よ
with needles were, I felt like stabbing pain like needles were being pushed into every pore in my body. It started on my back and began spreading throughout the rest of me. When it began completely covered in the surface of my skin, it began to worm its way into my stomach as well.
綿
Do you
流しの
remember
次
we
の日
talked to
に
the library on the day
私たち
after
あの
the
時
Wataganashi?
シオンさんもいまし
Sion
た
さんも
あれが最後の目撃なんあの後彼
No
女
one
の
knows
取
where
材
she's been
そんな
since.
バ
That's
そんなバカな
That can't be. That day, Oisan had only called me and Sion, but in a way lying that she needed to go to work. Didn't she call me
エ
that
ンジェ
night?
ルモートっていうファミレスのバイトですよ
Was
ね
there a question good
あの
over
日から
morning?
無断欠勤に至るまでお店の人も連絡を取ろうにも取れず 困り
He was really worried.
そんなバカな
That
そん
can't
な
be.
バカな
状況証拠だけで
It's
す
only circumstances
図書館でお
but
別れしてから
she left us at the
バイト先
library.
に向かうまで
But
この
before
間
she
に失踪したと考
I
え
think
る
it's
のが
appropriate to
妥当
consider
でしょう
her having disappeared during that time. Where after Sion ran away with that. Oh God. I mean, you don't know this for certain. I'm
ご
gonna cling
存
on
知
to
な
that.
かったみたいですね
Seems like you didn't know. Maybe if you
先に
had
話せ
said
ば
something
もっと
earlier,
話
this
が
would
早
have
かっ
been
たもう
this would have gone more
これ
quickly.
であ
Now
と
you
は
understand,
あ
right? You're
あ
the
な
only
た
one
だ
alive.
けが
You're the only
最
survivor
後
of
殿
the
に
floor
忍び
of
込んだ
the
4
slept
人
into the
生
ritual
き残り
storehouse.
なんで
It
す
couldn't be. It just couldn't
次
be.
に
If
何か
something
起
else
こると
happened
す
to
れ
you,
ば
happened
前
to
原
you.
さん
I need you all to understand that
ど
my
う
mother
か
son.
ご理解
It
を
just can't be. It just can't be. It can't be. Sion had already disappeared. That couldn't be. It couldn't be. I talked to her the day before yesterday. I talked to her last night. Last night. She's gonna call me again today. That was Sion on the phone. Sion on the phone. It was from Sion.
シ
From
オン
Sion.
さんはとっくに次はあなたなんですよ
Next will be you. Then who was on the phone these past few nights? Who was on the phone those past few nights? Who was on the phone?
そんな
Who knows? This week, Oh God. Oh no. I lay down on the couch and lay there dazed for a while. My mum was completely blank. I couldn't think about anything more. And in a few seconds, there was a note in my house saying that Mum and Dad would be home later and that I should have some ramen or something for dinner. I could make it whenever I got hungry, but I had no appetite, so I just stared blankly at the ceiling without eating anything. The hands of the clock were already pointing at 10. Would I get another phone call like that today? Even though Sion had already disappeared, would she still call me? Where were they calling from, and who were they? The more that I thought about it, the more I started to tremble. I even thought about this, just disconnecting the phone line. If I had been thinking a little less logically, I really would have done it too. Hold on, my Wataganashi. Oisan admitted it to himself, didn't I? Didn't he? That Sion went missing a lot. Couldn't she have just gone to the relatives that Oisan didn't know about and have been there ever since? Oh, Sion and I were both being targeted by somebody, so it wouldn't be strange to think that she was somewhere she usually didn't. That must have been why Oisan couldn't locate her. Why I labelled her as a disappearance. Yeah, that has to be it. Sion hasn't disappeared at all. Then my right hand moved out of his own volition and slapped me on the cheek. His cold sting let me calm down a little.
都合よく考え
Don't
すぎ
just
るな
remind
よ
yourselves on
前
the
原圭一
Completely impossibility, my Wataganashi. I knew I didn't want to admit she had disappeared. Admitting it would mean something terrifying was definitely happening. I just needed to figure out whether Sion was the one on the phone or not. Would I have to ask her if she was actually Sion? It seemed like an incredibly absurd thing to do. Still, don't run with this, Katie. If the person on the other side believed that I thought she was Sion, then that gave me a tiny advantage. Casually, completely casually, I would listen to what she had to say and fend her off. I would tear the skin off a monster. It would definitely be really scary for me. However, as the last survivor of the people that went into the storehouse this night, this is my only duty to perform. Still, then who would call me and pretend to be Sion? I may have only heard her over the phone, but her voice shouldn't be that easy to replicate. That was definitely Sion's voice. It sounded like her. Could have only been Sion. There was someone else though, wasn't there? Somebody who sounded just like Sion. Meow, meow. Who else could have done this? At that point, seriously, after all this time, after all those little things that didn't quite make sense about Bjorn until now, overwhelming my mind, like being questions about sneaking into the ritual storehouse and how she shook the ladder whilst parting curses. Who else? Who else could have? Why though? Why would Mion? I thought back to the things about the Sonozaki family that I heard from Moichi's son and Shion. Mion was always entangled in the incident in a position where she was always omnipotent. Some of that information included things like that Shion had told me after she disappeared. So weird. Molly's twice in my head. Courage, give me the courage. Just a little bit of courage to pick up the phone. I knew it would ring tonight. It would be so easy to run away. That, though, would be the same thing as making it easy for them to erase me. I cannot run, I must stand up and face it. After all, the next sacrifice would definitely be me. I was all Sion would use tricky ways to try and trap me. Be careful, I'm scared, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This is weird. Okay. For a moment I didn't know where the call was coming from. Sion had disappeared a long time ago. Disappeared the night after the Wataganashi yet. Until today. She had been calling me like nothing. Now again, tonight, the people that had disappeared, their corpses simply hadn't been found. I really didn't think they were alive. So if it really was Sion on the other end, then that didn't mean she was calling me from another world. Of course I couldn't be. A living being was calling me to pretend to be Sion. Sion was long gone. As yet, she were alive and well. The phone continued incessantly. I didn't want to pick it up if I didn't have to. I just concluded though that not doing so wouldn't solve anything. Then what would I do if I after I answered it? Would I immediately declare she wasn't Sion and ask who she was? Alternatively, would I pretend I was still fooled and try and carry her back? That would probably be the safest thing to do. What most of what the person on the phone would do when she realised I knew she wasn't Sion. Oh. However, as long as I continued to let her think I was fooled, she wouldn't do anything extreme, right? If I just make sense to be careful, that shouldn't be the safest option. I've made up my mind. I'll answer the phone. Once I do that, I'll talk to her as if nothing had happened. That wasn't what I'd do this time, though. I'd scope her on. Who was she? What was she thinking? And what was she after? Why was she doing this? Was he really the one who killed Tomitaka-san and Tokono-san? What happened to the mail? What happened to Rika-chan and Satoko? I reached out for him and received my arm trembling. There were too many things I wanted to know, too many things I wanted to ask. I was scared. I stopped by picking up the phone. Pick it up, Casey. Pick it up, Casey.
Moshi.
On Havarita would have been if it hadn't been a call from Sion. Kei-chan. This is weird. Kei-chan is me, Sion. My momentarily convenient and above all fleeting prediction was ripped into 1,000 pieces. I couldn't help shaking at this point. Get ready for this. You took a long time to pick up. I thought you weren't home, and I was about to hang out. Oh, sorry, I was just in the bath. Did your family not pick up for you? Did your parents be out? No. God, I failed unerring in a fatal piece of information. That was currently the only one in my house. Well, no, they're not really anyway. Have you heard? Oh, that's good. That's a good play there. About Rika-chan and Sadako. No, what happened after that? Were they found? No. Kei-chan, please don't lose me. If Fu-san hadn't let me know, then I might have allowed myself to shed a tear or two at Shion's considerate words. She just doesn't sound like Shion. She sounds so unaffected. It's like now, insect? Instead, now that we come to this, I can take her words at face value. This person on the other end of the receiver, the more perfect Sion they were, the more my blood curdled. Rika-chan and Sadako, they were kidnapped, weren't they? Yes, I don't think there's much doubt just how cruel and grave a meaning did those words hold. their weight astonished me, and then a moment later, while I was overcome with numbness and felt the car pass out, I had asked if Rika-chan and Sadako-chan had been kidnapped. Sion, in turn, had answered there wasn't much doubt. That cruel meaning behind their words. Rika-chan and Sadako were... Oh no.
いや、
I'm sorry.
その
About the mayor, what do you think
さらわれ
what
て
happened after he
ま
was
だ
kidnapped?
生きてるんだろう
He's
か。
still alive. What happened to Rika-chan and Sadako after they were kidnapped? That's what I wanted to ask, but I frantically caught myself. What if she had given that question a terrifying response in such a way to sound like it had nothing to do with her? I was scared of that, so I immediately brought up the mayor. I said, oh,
殺されちゃったんだと思います。
I said, how much I talk about the mayor. I think he was killed.
おいおい、
He
そんなにあっさり。
that was
人
good.
間をさら
I
って
think it must have been really
そ
hard
の
to
状
kidnap
態を維持
somebody
する
and
の
to
ってとても大変なことだと思います。
there you are.
人質にするんでもない
As
限
long
り
as they're not hostages, it
用
was
が済んだら
practical
殺
to
しちゃう
kill
のが
them
一番合
once
理
you were
的じゃ
done
ない
with
かと。
them. The world started to bend so much I almost lost my balance. Considering my eyes whirled around like the hands of a clock, it tried to swallow me whole from below. I frantically put a hand on the wall to support myself, and moments later, a severe nausea welled up within me. How was she saying such things so lightly? No, I know.
殺しちゃ
Kill
う
them so readily.
人の命を
I mean,
なんだ
what's
と思
human
ってやが
life
る。
to
恐
anyone?
ろしいことだと
Physical
多分
will think, but
そう
I
で
think
はない
that's
かと。
probably what happened. If the mayor was killed, then did that mean the same had happened to Rika-chan and Sadako? No, that couldn't have been. They were some ran. There weren't some old ran. It was Rika-chan. It was Sadako. They couldn't kill them so quickly.
リカちゃまとサトコちゃんも
It's
同
probably
じだ
better
と思っ
than
た方がいいでしょ
Rika-chan
う
and
ね。
Sadako-chan ended up in the same way. These are the words I wanted to hear the least. And I thought them back was screwing around. Oh god, it's not better. It's awful to think that even though I wouldn't change anything, still, I still couldn't help but scream. This time even tears flowed. I'd been confronted with the most outcome that I've been trying to avoid considering ever since last night. And I cried. There was no longer any doubt this was my fault. I killed them. I killed Rika-chan and Sadako. I succumbed to the weakness of my own heart and confessed everything to Rika-chan. Oh god, I mean, I feel so bad about this. I feel so bad for him right now. I mean, you couldn't really tell. You really couldn't. That's why they were killed. And I killed them when Rika-chan looked at me with those innocent eyes. If only I had given in. Oh. Even my voice gave out and yet still I cried.
ケイちゃん、
Rika-chan, please just try and calm
どう
down.
か気を確かに。
Rika-chan was not the way they've been killed. I couldn't even find them words. I would never be allowed to even apologize to their faces. If that was to be my punishment, then how brutal a punishment it was. I think Siona tried to comfort me, but I didn't hear any of it.
そんなことでどうす次に狙われるのも確実に。
They're definitely going to
私た
target
ち
you
お
and
願
me
い
next.
ですから。
Please, I'm asking you to get a hold of yourself.
お願い
Please,
しますから。
please. Sion was shouting, imploring me with a voice that sounded like tears were in her eyes. However, I was coming to hate that sound of that voice even more and more. This Sion killed them. I had no doubts that this person killed them. Why?
ど
Why?
うしてだよ、どうして。
Why can I
人を
someone
た
name
ったり
kill
だ
them?
かなんだか知
Street
らないが
versus people's like
人
really
を
that
たった
cheap.
り消したり
Raising them
殺
and
したり。
killing them without a second.
ええ、全くです。
Whenever I
悪
acted
魔
like
で
that,
すよね。
it would take a demon. I felt like crushing the receiver in my hand. How long did this person planning and acting like it was someone else's problem? And there was murmur in the pit of my stomach, and I felt like it was going to pop
なあ、シオン、教えてくれ。どうしてこの北見沢では渡流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのに
people who passed away. I think I hear it at this point. My emotions had broken through the dam inside of me, rushing forth. I couldn't stop them. These were not simple questions, this was an interrogation. Sion herself hadn't realised it yet. It was just too funny. It was so funny that I couldn't stop crying.
私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に起きなのに毎年お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。どうしてなんですか？
Why is that happening?
全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに。
それを俺が聞いた。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。いいですか、お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは聖さんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返しているんで、奴らはたたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが
じゃあ2人で十分じゃどうして村長やリカちゃんやサトコまで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。それに俺リカちゃんとサトコがどうしてなんだ。サトコには打ち上げてすらないんだぞ。どうしてなんだ。
Silence fell between us. Sion didn't ask for a while. Get on, please stop being mean. A sob was Sion crying?
私だって何が何だか最後殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。
It was the same for me. As I listened to Sion's bitter weeping, I could feel my agitation subsiding. When I heard the Dagano sound and the Dagano sound had been killed, then I doubt on my ears, then I realized it instantly. I realized what a
自分が狙われるたち忍び込んで私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがそう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったかケイちゃんには分かりますよね。だから私君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。
No, Oishi has to be lying. I'm actually convinced this is like the real Sion.
私はみんなが入ってはいけないという最後でいけないことだとは分かっていま
Really, we
し
shouldn't have done it, but it really
た。本
was
当
just
に
for
面白
fun.
半分だ
It
け
was
ど
only a bit of explanation. That was
一緒
all.
に入った高野さん
Dagano-san
た
and
ちは
Tomitaka-san, who went in
その
with
後
us
すぐ
to
に
kill
殺されてしまいま
Shuri
し
afterwards.
た。
They met such miserable ends.
い
Since
つ
that day, I've
私
been
も
living
襲われ
in
る
fear.
のではないか。君吉のおじいちゃんしか助けてくれる人
There
がい
was
ま
no
せん。
video said, oh my Kimiyoshi, who would help
だ
me
から
so
おじ
much.
いちゃん
I asked him to
助
save
けて
me.
って君吉のおじいちゃ
Oh
ん
my Kimiyoshi, he wasn't mad.
そして
He smiled and said, if you really saw
にっ
us
こり
tell
笑って
me, you would never
いや
believe
本
me.
当に
He really did smile
笑
and
いな
tell
がら
me to leave him.
任せなさいって
Sion cried bitterly, recalling the beloved man's death. It was such a sad voice that nobody who heard it could prevent from twisting their hearts. Again, did I let my emotions take over and go off her? Sion was in the same situation as me. She should have been my one and only comrade. My heart pounded, my other self deep within my head whispered to me, don't forget my Wataganashi, don't forget about the man. On the morning after the Wataganashi, she was told of Takano-san and Tomitaka-san's deaths over the phone and committed to a meeting that evening. He went to the hospital appointment. He didn't tell his family. He'd only made it back in time for the meeting. I went straight to the assembly hall. That's what Oishi-san said.
いつ村長に
When
打
did
ち
you
明け
know
て
May and I?
ごめんな。
It was
悲しい
Sion.
気持ちの
It
と
must
こ
have
ろ
been
に
like I'm keeping
追い
my
打ちを
way
かけ
down,
て
but
シオンは
Sion, you told
君
me,
吉の
right?
おじいちゃん
You told my mom,
つまり
Kimiyoshi, even
はい
Yes.
いつ
When did you
打ち明けたんだよ。
I began to get scared of saying it aloud after hearing her sad voice. I wasn't saying it contradictory though. Besides, if there was a contradiction, then I wanted Sion to explain it to
村
me.
長さんは重い病を患って
Did
い
you
て
know that the mayor had a severe
病院にかかっていたという話は知っ
went
て
to
る
the
か。
hospital for treatment?
け
Kissa,
それが
what does that have
答えて
to
くれ。
please answer?
知らないなら
If you don't
知ら
know,
ないと
then
答え
just
ればい
say
い。
so. There was a momentary silence. After stammering a few times, she
気だっ
replied,
たのは
I knew that,
座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
looked like sitting down was really hard for
病
her.
院に通ってたんだ
She's gone to the
どこの
hospital.
病院か
You
は
know which
ご
hospital,
めんなさ
right?
い。それ
Sorry,
は
I
ちょ
don't
っと
know
して
much,
も
but
ケイちゃ
Kaetan, what does that have to do with?
ん、それが一体
Shion didn't know which
何の
hospital the way I went to. That meant it was impossible for her to go. I've gone all the way for the hospital to confess everything. Since she didn't know his destination, then she already could have seen him on the train either. If there was any other chance for her to contact him, it would have been soon. It would have been after he gave the Amazon. The train, however, had been delayed, and he only got back right before the meeting was about to start. He didn't have any time. There wouldn't have been enough time for him to listen to Sion to
単
spill
刀
the
直
beans.
入に聞き
I
た
want
い
to
シオン
ask you
は
straight, Sion. When did
い
you
つ
tell them
どこ
about
大雑把でいい
everything?
から
Your answer
教え
doesn't
て
have
ほ
to
しい
be
んだ
precise, but please give
ケ
me
イ
one.
ちゃん、
Because I'm very asking that. As I've pierced into her eyes, I was taken by the illusion that I was bullying her. Even so, I'll say it. If I'm wrong, then please correct me. Please prove to me that you're
ありえない
Sion.
村長が失踪した日朝から消えるまで
Even though until he
シオン
vanished,
には
there was no opportunity for you to contact him. Yeah, that's
村長は朝一で
the mayor left
誰
us
にも
in
内緒の
one
大
of
学
the
病院へ
examination of the
一
university
人で診
hospital
察
all
に
by
出かけた
himself without telling
シオン
anybody.
は今
Sion, you said
この
you
病院
didn't
を知ら
know
ない
which
と言った
hospital
だ
we
から
went to,
帰ってくるまで
so you couldn't have contacted
そうだろ
anyone until we got back. Isn't that right?
帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった
His train back was delayed by an accident, so he didn't return to his house until the meeting was
つま
about
り
to start. So there was
会
no
合が始ま
time
るま
for
での
you
時間に
to
も打ち明け
have
る時間
told
的
him
余裕は
before
ないん
the
だ
meeting started. I heard Sion repeating over himself. A sort of feminine voice automatically ripped into my heart. It was so painful for me to
シオン
say,
も一緒に
Sion, did
会
you
合
go to
そし
the
て
meeting
会合
too?
の
Did
席
you
上
attend
で
it? Tell him
こ
that.
こで打ち明けなきゃ
If he didn't, then there
もう
wouldn't
時
have
間が
been
ないもん
time
村
there.
長は帰宅途中で
And then
失踪するんだから
Sion went to the meeting, didn't she? Did she or didn't she? The question was so simple to answer, but she didn't give me an immediate response.
えっと、
Actually, with the meeting,
あの日
you don't.
シオンが行くと言った
Didn't you
バ
go
イ
to
ト
the
すら
part-time job they were saying?
君は欠勤してるんだ
You said you went to
もっと
that too.
端的
I'm
に言お
saying
う
more
君は
directly. You haven't been
俺と一緒に行った図書館以
since
降
we were at the library together. Get on.
ケイちゃん、
園崎シオン
Sonozaki
綿
Sion
流しの翌
visited
日
the
に
day after the Wataganashi.
失踪
The
し
other
たん
end
だ
fell as silent as the grave. It was so quiet that it was quite like the phone call would have been cut. I couldn't sense
大
anyone
石
there.
さんは
Oisan
De-
says you've been missing.
Sion
Besides
は
that, you've been
こうして
grooming
毎
every
晩
night like this, haven't you? Sion stops torturing me still. I'm pretty sure I haven't said anything wrong.
頼むシオン
Please,
俺
Sion.
が言ったこと
If
が
something
間
I
違
said
ってるな
was
ら
wrong, please
シオ
say
ン
so, Sion. I'm begging you.
シオン
Sion, there's no way you could have
お前は
seen
もし
me.
会ったと
If
し
you
た
did
なら
see him, if Sion never did have the chance to meet with the mayor on that day, then
村長が
that meant
会
that
合
he
を
saw
終え
him
た後
after the meeting.
すなわち
In other words,
失踪する
it was
直前
only been right before he
もしくは
disappeared, or else afterwards. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Beep went the dial tone. I stood there dazed for a while until I realised she had hung up on me. Oh, God. I'm literally fucking terrified. Oh my god. Okay, it's good. You can't see the fucking tears in my eyes. I'm fucking scared right now. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say. Oh God. I so want to continue, but I can't. Because I have school tomorrow. Oh God.
ケイイチ、
This is so fucking good. This game is just, this story is so fucking good. That was, what a fucking twist was that? I can't believe that. I genuinely can't believe that. I'm just kind of at a loss for words right now. God damn. God. Well, that is going to be very interesting. Tomorrow, conveniently enough, I've actually got really lucky timing tomorrow because tomorrow's actually tomorrow's Friday, and then on Saturday I have work, and then I can just go to sleep on the journey to and from work. So that means more time to play visual novel, which I will never object against. So yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll be able to finish it. Holy fuck, I'm excited to play more though. You know what? No, there's no way I can really look at the length. I kind of wish I could find like a way to sort of see what the length of it was, because then I can maybe determine if I can maybe do it or not. But yeah, it's midnight. I actually got to get up early because I have homework to do. So yeah, see you guys. Hope you enjoyed.